All right. I'm a little late. 5 minutes late? Yeah. Oh, that's it. Just hit 6. So didn't hit the 5 minute window. Sorry about that. A little late. A little later than I do. Maybe 10 needs to be at this time. Maybe I can't make 9. I don't know. But let's try to find out something. We got 1. Still got 1 because I got to go to the damn dashboard. 2. And we have, I go to YouTube Studio now. 3 question mark? Hopefully. Yeah, we got 3. So I'm going to ask a question I already know the answer to. And that's, are we live? I said, are we live? Looks like we are. VigilanteWilliamson with the 199th episode of VW Casual. Hey, Forbidden Ruin. Hey, Slurs. It's 199 episodes. This show started because I used to do the VigilanteWilliamson show, which I will bring back. Hey, Zoe Jordan said good morning. It's nighttime where I'm at, but good morning where you are. Where are you? And sorry if I messed up your name, Zoe Jordan TV. Appreciate you being here. I'll take a like. I'll take all I can. Start this show because we did the VigilanteWilliamson show, and I wanted a show that didn't necessarily have to have topics and all that. We will be bringing that back. I actually have hopefully everything I need. Well, I need to get another new case, but I'm gonna try to. I had a computer that I tried to build years ago. It was because of the case. The case I bought wasn't good, and I just went on Jordan time. Oh, so you're in the country, Jordan. Okay. Shout out to Jordan. I ain't talking Michael. Hope everything's cool over there. That's pretty cool. That's cool. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. I didn't know how anybody watching it, Jordan. That's so fucking cool. Thank you for being here. Good morning. Hopefully, I don't know, coffee, whatever it is. And I could be your morning TV show or your morning radio show, really. Which is kind of how I think of these. Even though I will be on camera soon, hopefully. I would say probably by the anniversary. The anniversary of this channel is July 1st. Technically June 30th, but we'll call it July 1st. So hopefully by July 1st, I'll be on camera, set up in the other room, actually. And we'll be doing streams from there. And then hopefully a little bit later after that, after I can hopefully get a laptop, we'll be doing streams from we'll be doing Synthwave Saturday Night on the music channel, which we will resurrect. We'll start doing some videos. I'm gonna start doing some videos on the music and the sports channel pretty soon. And actually, if Rowan is still here, and I was gonna do the research to verify, but I did want you to, going back to the sports thing. I know you said something about the way Pittsburgh, because they have 3 teams, but like the taxes basically pay for everything. Like they get the tax rebates, the team gets basically pays for everything. And so, is that the case for all teams? Am I remembering that right? Do I have that right? And Richard says, you was right. This is better than time to play the game. Cross chop. What is this? Oh, yeah. I bullshit you not. I was listening to this the other day. Yesterday, actually, when I went to the gym. I was listening to My Time. And you know what's funny? There's a lyric about who's sleeping with who at the end of the song, which is hilarious. I want to see the comments. They use shout out to WWE. WWE be thugging it out. They use TuneCore to put this shit on everything. Shout out to TuneCore. They ain't even go no fancy way to do it. But yeah, I'm not gonna get super. Yeah, I like both. I like a time to play the game too. But just in that era of, that was Triple H peak. That was the peak Triple H run at 99 to 2001. That was when he was just at his most diabolical. He was one of the best. I've talked a lot of shit about Triple H's career. I've said he's overrated. But that fucking 99 to 01 till he got hurt, from when he turned on X-Pac at WrestleMania, was it at WrestleMania 15 till he tore his ACL in a 2-man power trip. Those 25 months or whatever he gave us, he was maybe the best heel I ever seen. maybe the best heel. And it was so needed because you got to remember, they had just spent 6-8 months turning Undertaker into Satan himself, and he couldn't get over as a heel because everybody loved him. He got over as a heel a little bit better when he was like Big Evil, but even then he wasn't a pure heel because he showed Jeff Hardy respect after he beat him. He was, but it was at that point we had already said we love the Undertaker. We're not gonna boo him. So all that did is make him cooler, but you didn't have a heel. You didn't have somebody like, hey, we are booing you and cheering him. When Triple H turned heel, we finally had somebody that everyone could boo. You know what I'm saying? Because even later on when you get Kurt Angle, you know, we said you suck, but nobody hated Kurt Angle. Nobody hated. It was just he was so corny. But like that was just being a part of the show. People hated Triple H. Like how people hate Seth Rollins now, where it's like it's gonna take them years to realize, oh shit, he just worked me. I be hearing people like, if you hate his music, like that's everything is part of it. The crazy way he was dressing, the music, the annoying voice, all of this is to make you hate him. And Triple H had that back in the day. It was just all, you are going to hate this motherfucker. He would cheat all the time. It was so annoying because I think I sent you the tape when he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, how small he was then. He gained about 50 fucking pounds of muscle just to constantly cheat. It was like, what the fuck? He didn't do no more. He didn't do a power. He did the power slam. That's the only thing. But he didn't really do that much in the spine buster. But no real power moves. He's constantly cheating. He constantly needed China or the corporation or a sludgehammer or anything to win. Constantly screwing the Rock. Constantly screwing people. Fucking Jim Ross. God damn it, Triple H. Triple H is gonna burn in hell for what he did tonight. I mean, he would really get him called, man. I ain't got no problem with that run. As much as I've said Triple H, and I think he can be overrated, depending. He's starting to settle into just being properly rated, right? And I've told you about how sometimes that overrated, underrated thing, like it used to be, everybody hated everybody loved Daniel Bryan, and now everybody hate him out the fucking blue. Out the fucking orange, everybody hates Daniel Bryan. When did that happen? Forgot to remember how do people expect this AI shit to work if they can't get blood work results in an hour or two? Oh damn! Oh yeah, you said blood work in a couple hours. I don't know if you said something about hospital visits. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. I think AI is overrated. There's certain things it's good for, but it's overrated. And the fucking cost. When you're talking about all this. The resource cost, the water and electricity cost, it's just too much. So going back to Ruin, because like I said, I want to do a video on the sports situation and the shit. We might see the Chicago Bears move. There's a lot of talk. A lot of teams are having. We're starting to see more pushback from cities and stadiums, but we're also seeing other areas try to take advantage of it. We see Kansas take advantage of the Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City Chiefs. And then, as a result, Kansas City is scared to lose the Royals to the other Kansas City. So they're trying to they are doing something. So it's like we're starting to see more pushback at these stadiums, or pushback for public funds for these stadiums, I'm trying to say, because that's the issue. You know, our taxpayer dollars pay for these stadiums, but we don't get anything in return. These stadiums, they are all for profit for the organization, despite having such most of which are not privately built. And so we're starting to see cities push back, but we're also seeing cities bend over at the same time. One city might push back, a new city bends over. So my guess is that long term, these sports are going to lose their fan bases because watchability and streaming. They put everything behind streaming. So as a result, it's a lot harder to watch a lot of these things, even if you like it. And so in 10, 15 years, when really generation beta, I I don't know if that's what they're going to be called. But by the time Generation B is as old as me, and I'm 38, we'll be 39 in a couple months, few months. Just say, what is it? A few months. We'll say few. By the time Generation B is as old as me, I don't think you're going to be able to get, with inflation, are you going to be able to get $1.5 billion in tax dollars for some shitty stadium that doesn't benefit? I don't know. Maybe you will, but how can you do it without fans? The reason you're able to even get these tax dollars is the built-in fanhood, and we're aging out. So, going back to what Ruin was saying, the arena tax, as far as I know, 3 pro teams, Pirates, Steelers, and Penguins. It's keeping the 4 college teams afloat, and it's not the cost. Something's keeping the 4 college teams afloat, and it's not the cost of tuition. I see. So I'll look into that arena tax when I try to do research for the video. I want to do a video just on the state of relocation, taxpayer dollars being spent for these stadiums. I want to do, and I want to try to make it semi-documentary style, like really do my research for it. And I may not be able to do the YouTube bulk thing, but I can still do good. I can do good work. I may not be able to get popular, but I'll do good stuff. I want to do that. Mid-card Triple H also was cold, yeah. Mid-card Triple H was cold. DX Triple H was cold. First, I guess first and second iteration. Hey, Fizz, appreciate you being here. Yeah, nobody could hate. He was so unhateable. He was, don't get me wrong, people booed the hell out of him, but it was like you were almost playing along, especially with the "you suck," and then he would play along. He would act so frustrated. So it was just part of the show almost though. But it wasn't like, oh, I hate Kurt Angle, because I remember like, oh man, I can't wait to see his match, because we already knew he was one of the best in-ring wrestlers, and he always had matches with like Chris Benoit and I remember that. I remember being super excited for that Jericho Benoit Angle match, and it was cool. I thought it could have been better. But I remember going into that Mania like, that was the match I couldn't wait for, because he won these like 3, at the time, probably my 3 favorite wrestlers, like in-ring wrestlers at the time. I was a huge Jericho fan from his days in WCW. So I kind of wanted him to win both belts. Instead, they split it, and Jericho won 1 and Benoit won 1, but Kurt Angle wasn't pinned, which that was kind of a cool booking. But I really thought, man, they could have... if they would have let him go, and I know it was Mania, and back then you had so many matches, but if they would have just gave him 15 minutes to just do whatever the fuck, go out there and have a great match, I would have really I'd appreciate it back then. Not saying that wasn't great, but those 3, even in different combinations, had better matches than that. I don't think you hate about his thing. I like his thing. Whoa, whoa. I'm not going pro Triple K. It's just like I said, I still think he can be overrated. He's settling into properly rated, but should he be a 14-time champion? Probably not. Maybe 7 or 8 though. Hey, Zombie Man, appreciate you being here. Communist Seattle Mayor said bye to all the millionaires and billionaires leaving Seattle, and she just begged him to come back. She probably should have said the other bye. Generation Me. You talking about the Young Bucks? Jericho, yeah, he won the European, and what's his name won IC. And there's only been 2 guys to hold both the European and IC. Kurt Angle is one of them, and D'Lo Brown is the other one. And we already got some heat from Zombie Man on the eve. By the way, if you don't have, I don't think it's in the description. Before I play Zombie Man link, I gotta send y'all my link. I gotta promote my own project. It'll be on Spotify tomorrow with the updated artwork. Sorry for the accidental one-eye symbolism. Did he hold him at the same time? I can't remember. I can't even tell you no. I'm pretty sure he might have. You might be right. I thought it was just those 2. You might be right. That's because that kind of sounds right when you say it. I had to look it up to check. But anyways, I got a project coming out. It's already, and I finally put the timestamps. It's on this page. It's also on my music page. I will put the tracks up individually tomorrow or tonight/tomorrow. Potency, it's a hip hop. He gave the European to Mark Henry. Okay. You might be right. Yeah. That sounds right. So that's Potency. Check it out. If you use Spotify or any of the streaming services. Borrowing Nostalgia that doesn't exist. My first project, which was a synthwave project from last year. So we already have a synthwave project. We have a hip hop project. And I plan on getting another project out a lot quicker. No, you are. You probably are. I'm not knocking you. I just, because you know game. You know ball when it comes to wrestling. You know ball. I think you're right. I just didn't. I think maybe they were the only ones to hold it and defend both. And I think you're right. What Jared gave it away. Which that has happened a couple times. Like, Warrior had the world and the IC, but he gave the IC up. Stuff like that. So please check out my, like I said, both, technically Borrow Nostalgia is also on this page. Borrow Nostalgia that doesn't exist, more of a synthwave project. Potency, a little shorter, but it's a hip hop project. I think that was a rule. You couldn't have two belts. And then they broke it with Sean and Diesel. Yeah, because one was the IC, one was the World, and then they had a tag team at one point. Something like that. But what was I saying? Check out my music, please. If you like it, if you get on Spotify or any of these other services, check it out. If not, it'll also be on YouTube, and I'm gonna upload the tracks individually on YouTube tomorrow, so it'll all be up there. And then tomorrow's also gonna be more than likely, unless something comes up, it'll be the 200th episode of VW Casual. Like I said, hopefully in a month or so, we'll be back to doing the Vigilante Williamson show, me being on camera and being a little bit more topical. Because, these streams, not saying that we won't still just kind of talk about whatever with the Vigilante Williamson show, but these streams can be very just improv. Just like there's no, I don't have any topics set up, and then we'll just get going. I had a better day than someone in Houston. I wasn't attacked by a shark without even getting out of the boat. I didn't hear about that. What happened with that? Brandon Hollow? I did see something weird where some dude went to jail for fucking his dog in Houston. I was like, what the fuck? I saw some weird shit like that. And then one of my cousins had called me saying something about flooding in Texas. And I'm like, oh, shit, is it? Because, shit, I don't be checking the weather. And shit, you can have one of them crazy-ass rainstorms out here. Hey, Rave Comedian. Shout out to Shaggy. What's up, peeps? Appreciate you being here. I didn't research in the story just the bare facts, so I'm gonna check both of these stories. But while I do, let's check out some Zombie Man. And what the hell? I gotta be logged on. Hold on. Let's get this going. That'll work. Whatever. Okay, we're going to get into some Zombie Man. I'm going to look into weird, crazy shit that's happening in Houston. They lied about all that rain, told us it was going to be a terrible week in our algorithm. Okay, so yeah, I got people out of state thinking that we about to die. I'm like, what? So yeah, I'm about to research weird shit. We're about to listen to some good shit. This is some Zombie Man. Cross My Mind demo here on VW Casual.
Zombie on the fucking beat.
crossed my mind. Demo, that's pretty nice. I'm trying to think of what song that reminds me of. Golly, it reminds me of something older. I couldn't tell you what it is, but it's nice, pretty nice. So appreciate you always sharing your craft with us. Hopefully you'll be putting stuff out pretty soon. You know, I can't help but to ask you, why haven't you because I know y'all had issues with didn't y'all go through was it SoundCloud distribution? I know y'all had issues with getting copyright claim, and then you couldn't even play your own music type shit. But I'm with United Masters, you have the option to turn that on or not. I don't turn it on. I think it's a different one for the and I gotta look into it to see. I think they have two of them. They have one for YouTube and one for social media. The social media one may not be as restrictive. I gotta research it. But and I'm not trying to just cape for United Masters. They're a little bit more expensive, but they're not that. About $30 a year. It's 30. They got $30 a year, $60 a year. And I think they got a bigger one, but it's still unlimited uploads or unlimited releases. And you know what helps with me, especially for this potency project, I use TrackLib to sample a lot of all the music that was sampled was off of a TrackLib. So if you don't know what that service is, for those who don't know, it's like a sample service. They have a bunch of library, a bunch of old music, a bunch of foreign music, and they have the royalty splits already built in. So once you sample something, depending on how long you sample of it, it determines the royalty split, and it clears the sample. So I can do whatever I want to, even get a sync on the song. There's no like this issue like you have with even WWE, going back to WWE, where somebody's trying to say, oh well, you sampled our song for the John Cena song. Just like we sampled it 20 years ago. Plus they had already cleared it. So I don't know. That was a different thing. But I want to say, if you do want to release your own album, I would use United Masters. That's the one I'm using. I'm not saying that their terms of service is perfect. I don't know everything about it, but I haven't had any issues. I just was able to change my artwork the day before release on a weekend day, because technically this is Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to all our veterans and the like. So I was able to change the artwork, and I had to email it, but still able to change my artwork. I've had nothing. I did have some issues because their link, they have a Linktree-esque link, and it didn't automatically have everything pop up. That would be my only kind of gripe. If you go to your United Masters link, it's like a Linktree link where it has it. I think the only thing that automatically pop up are the Apple Music and Spotify. You got to put in the Amazon Music or any of the other stuff. I got to go Google it myself, get the link, and put it in. I didn't like that, and I still don't like that. So that's my only issue. But I would say if you want to release an album in this day and age, and I know Spotify sucks, I do want to release physical of this. These I want to put both of the first two EPs, Borrow Nostalgia that doesn't exist, and Potency into one like double-sided CD or vinyl or something, and I do want to release a physical of it. Obviously, I don't like taxing y'all. Hopefully we can get some more demand, more people listen to the music. If I can get hundreds of people listening, thousands of people listening, then, which I mean, that's a lofty goal, but that is the goal, right? If we can get to there, then yeah, I want to release physical as well. But, Spotify is still a discovery mechanism. People do discover stuff off Spotify. Hopefully my music can get picked up. I'll try the playlist thing again. That was kind of a nightmare. It wasn't a nightmare. That's going too far. But it didn't go anywhere. But, got to keep making music, keep going. So, yeah, Zombie, I think you should be – I'll say all that to say you should be putting out music because you're way more active than I am. Sorry, that's my either washer or dryer. I forgot which one. Maybe I think it's a washer. But, yeah, put out more music. And I know you had issues with again, I think it was SoundCloud, but you should still put out music. So that's all I'm saying. And I know Spotify's not perfect, but it's still kind of cool to say, okay, I got my stuff officially released. I'm an official ASCAP publisher and whatnot. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. In any event, going back to what we were talking about with shark attacks and bestiality, let's go ahead and get into that. Oh Jesus, hold on. Okay, I'll just do a different site. So going back to what Brandon Holland was talking about, it actually happened in Galveston, which is not too well. Everything's too far from fucking Houston. That's another can of worms. 17-year-old male was rushed to the hospital after he was bitten by a shark in Galveston, and on Monday afternoon, according to the Coast Guard. Coast Guard officials told ABC 13 that the Galveston County Sheriff Office notified them at about 3:15 p.m. of a boat with a teenager and his father on board. Coast Guard officials added the teen was bit while trying to bring the shark on board. Holy shit. After the teenager suffered a shark bite, his father immediately applied a tourniquet. Authorities said when their boat was coming back to shore, it became disabled. According to officials, that's when the Coast Guard was called out to the boat, where they applied a second tourniquet to the teenager. It's unknown why the boat became disabled. Sheesh. Coast Guard explained the teenager was alert and conscious when they arrived. He was taken to the nearby hospital. So that's fucking crazy. So he got, I'm not to laugh, but somebody got bit by a shark. What's this talking about? Missing? I guess a whole different story. So I guess it was in Galveston somebody got bit. The fact that it says they was trying to bring the shark on board, I wonder, Forbidden Ruin, that he was trying, it was a fuck around to find out, playing with the shark being too close to his mouth. Why would you try to bring a shark on board? That's got to be crazy. Says 17 and that dumb shouldn't be an adult next year. He was probably playing around with the shark. Shout out to Galveston. I've never been. Charles Barkley has talked shit about Galveston. I know some people, they do cruises out of Galveston. And the rep makes me not want to do a cruise out of Galveston. I don't know, though. I don't know. Try to make shark fin soup. He became shark fin soup. I don't know why he was. If he was trying to bring that shark on board, that's what the article says. That sounds fucking crazy to me. It sounds fucking crazy because it literally says, the team was bit while trying to bring the shark on board. Why the fuck are you trying to put a shark in your fucking boat? You got to be out your fucking mind. And I got to imagine maybe it was a smaller shark for him to think to do that, but it's still a fucking shark. Fuck me. I don't want to say he doesn't deserve to live because that's brutal as shit. I wish him the best. I hope he heals, but goodness, fucking nature is real, man. Speaking of nature being real, this is a real bizarre story. I saw this earlier. Houston man accused of bestiality involving a family dog. Zeus, don't listen to this shit. Holy shit. This happened in November, but I guess now this is getting thing. Houston man facing charges for an incident that occurred in November 2025, according to court documents. Stephen Swain, yeah, we gotta say your name, man. Stephen Swain, 56, is being charged with bestiality. According to the court documents, Swain is charged following an incident involving the family dog Shipley. So for those who don't know, Shipley's Donuts is a donut company here in Houston. I gotta imagine he was named after those. They're really good donuts. So poor Shipley was best after Swain's wife caught the incident on surveillance cameras. Oh shit! So there's no denying this shit. Fuck. Usual suspects. Oh no, man. I'm gonna leave that alone, but we're starting to see a weird rep. Actually, I don't know if we know his nationality, to be fair. I mean, though Stephen Swain does imply, doesn't, could be a brother, but I doubt it. Houston man is facing charges, instant $75,000 bond. No, you need to lock him up and throw away the key. Why is he fucking the dog? That's crazy word. I'm not even gonna read the rest of this. I'll read this much. The court document says Swain's wife said she was 100% sure the person in the video was a husband and 100% sure the dog in the video was Shipley. Oh, hell no. I hope it's not. Is bestiality legal in Texas? No, I hope to God it is. It's not. Maybe it's not because he's being charged with it and he's in Houston. That's some wild shit there, man. That's some wild shit there, brother. Crime. That's some wild shit there. I hope it's not. No, bestiality is illegal in Texas, according to Google. According to Texas Penal Code 2109. 21.09 or .09. So yeah. You know what you don't hear in the news? What don't we hear? Forbidden Ruin. Put us up on game. They always have a wife. Yeah, man. I don't know what the fuck. It's a felony in Texas. That's some wild shit, brother. To be fucking a dog. I saw that on fucking Instascam. And when you brought up the shark shit, I'm like, oh, might as well look that up too. That's wild as fuck. Is it me? Listen, I do know, okay, there's hundreds of millions of people. There's billions of people across the world. We have more internet. We have more access to everything. And so therefore you hear more crazy shit. And so if something crazy happened in 1843, nobody fucking knew. It was just those people who did the crazy shit. And nowadays, if you do some crazy shit, everybody find out. But what the fuck? Is the world getting sicker? Is the world getting more perverted, or is it just me? Like, are we... I'm not just trying to blame porn, because I don't know what it is. You gotta blame the individuals, but motherfuckers are freaked out of their fucking mind. It seems like every day you hear of some crazy-ass sex crime, or some crazy-ass goonery or something. What the fuck is going on? As James Gunn fan base? Shit. But like, what is happening? Why are people fucking their dogs and fucking little kids, and you got all these teachers messing with the kids and all this weird shit? James Gunn. James, hey, listen. Shit, look at James Gunn's crazy freaked out tweets. Your response, all I saw is, you know what, you don't hear in the news. It probably didn't. I'm trying to look. Because that's why I thought, I'm like, okay, you probably sent another message. It didn't look like it come through, though. Forbidden Ruin. Hey, this algorithm is a bitch, man. There's a lot of censorship. Shit, I remember one time 24/7 was streaming, and they basically, I don't know what it is. They had me completely censored, so my messages wouldn't even go through. I don't even know what it was. It wasn't him, because I was able to do it in other streams before and since. But I said something that pissed them off. They wouldn't even let my messages, none of my messages go through. I still don't know why to this day. Because it let a couple messages go through. You're not wrong. You don't hear about the females that mess with these animals. Because, I mean, shit, I didn't come up with the song White Girl Fuck Dogs. That was something else. And that is a thing. And listen. Hey, Cotton. You just missed a story about some dude fucking his dog. Fucking a family dog. And somebody trying to put a shark on a boat and almost dying. So you're missing all the good stuff. All the good stuff that's going on in these streets. Peanut butter. Yeah, you hear about this weird shit, man. People gotta stop fucking the animals, man. I don't know why everything has gotten so freaked out. I don't know if it's post OnlyFans, where who knows what's getting shit. Who knows what's happening in some of these custom videos? He said, "I'm the angry white man. Buckle the fuck up." What is the angry? I'm sick of the angry white man at a certain point. Not sick, but just like, come on, man. Everybody always angry. What is the white man so angry? Why is the angry? You know, you say, like, why is the black man so angry? Why is the white man so angry, Cotton? Why is the white man so angry? Stop letting them get to you. Since now they fucking with you like they used to fuck with us. They kind of still fuck with us. Stop letting them get to you, man. They troll. They been angry for weeks. They troll. I can see they trolling y'all. Don't let them get to you, man. Don't let them get to y'all. They troll us. They troll everybody, but they trolling y'all. They trolling white man. Don't let them. Don't let them. Don't let them. Don't let them. Don't let the man keep you down, Cotton. Don't let the man. I've seen 80% Caucasian females. The rest are Hispanic in origin. Ugh. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'll be wondering. You see a lot of females, and they'll have like these massive dogs, and that's like a thing. That's like a gimmick or a thing as you see. And sometimes the vibe isn't right. I shudder to think how common that shit is, man. Because, you know, these girls will get these, like, ginormous dogs. Or, like, whether they're shepherds or huskies or some shit. And it's just like, But, yeah, don't let, I ain't going to say what race. Y'all know I can't say that. But don't let them keep the white man down, dog. They got y'all trolled. Y'all got y'all mad at the world. Y'all mad at the world. Shit. And I ain't saying it, none of it's justified, but don't let them keep you down. I seen one video on 30 years of the internet. Put his pecker in an animal. Consumption jumps. You say you're extremely drunk. Shit, watch out for that shit, man. You only get one liver. You only get one liver and 2 kidneys. That's it. You don't want those to be all fucked up. And shit, but then again, I guess if motherfuckers, consumption jumps. I was gonna say some weird. You know, I will give some weird shit I seen talking about some weird shit. But yeah, watch out for that drink. I mean, don't go nowhere. If you just sit here and chill and be drunk, you know, that's cool. But don't hurt yourself. But you want to talk about some weird shit. I had a weird friend. He was kind of freaked out, and his dad was kind of freaked out. This is the early internet porn. This is 2004, 2005. He showed me this video of this chick getting fucked by a dog, and then this other video of a bitch shooting a Nerf ball out of her pussy. And I was like, whoa, this is like crazy shit. I remember those two videos. He showed like, man, you ever see this shit? I'm like, no, I never seen no shit like that. I still haven't seen no shit like that since. I've never like had the desire either to watch a bitch fuck a dog or shoot a Nerf ball out of her pussy. So I'm kind of drunk, started drinking at 10:30, stopped around 6, took a nap, about to crack open. Shit, you drink Colt 45, that's crazy. 25 ounce natty. Colt 45 is crazy. Shout out to, is that the shit that Billy D. Williams used to sell, Colt 45? I'm shit faced, y'all. Shit, I can't drink like that. I almost got a drink at Common Palooza, but I don't know, man. I say that a few weeks ago, I did finish. I had some whiskey that has been sitting there, some Buffalo Trace, and I finished that off. And it was cool, but I feel like I probably, even though it wasn't that much, I probably just still drunk too much. Because I got a little like sick, like stomach sick, so I'm like, And so as a result, I'm shout out to y'all. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. It's a bit too much. It's a bit too much. Lord knows, though, during the pandemic, especially on stream, there's hours and hours of me drunk on stream, and I don't even know. I don't know what I said, what I did, maybe nothing, maybe everything. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna judge you. So I can't feel your nose. Oh man, that's pretty bad. I choose between what's cheapest. Colt 45 is pretty tasty. I haven't seen 25 ounce bud, or I got one of those. They ain't have either. Shout out to Colt 45. That's crazy. Oh, my fucking washing machine is like trolling me to unload it. Jeez, fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. Oh, vomiting. Oh man, you guys are having a drunk off. That's tough. Yeah, you got. Hey, stay safe. Don't overdo it, man. See, they got the white man drinking. Yeah, don't let him hold you down, bro. Got to rehab the white man. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. Y'all letting them get you down, getting angry. There's a I don't know if how big of a controversy this is, but there's this thing. Some troll developer came up with this shit called say I overdone it all day. Oh damn. This troll developer came up with some shit called Plantation Simulator, where and it was like all like a kind of stick figure characters, and you would whoop on the brown characters to get them to work the plantation. That wasn't the controversy. When it came controversial is he changed them first to white characters that you were whipping, and then people said it went woke. And then when that happened, he made it so they were like femboys. That instead of whipping them, you were like sending like Cupid arrows or some shit to them. Well, let me see if I can find. I so y'all know I'm not making this shit up. Cause sometimes I say things and like it sounds like I made every word up, but I promise you I didn't. And then you talk about Colt 45 is easy to drink, gets the job done for $1.70. Natty is $1.50. How come beer is so cheap and pop? You know, I'm a pop drinker. I need to stop drinking pop or soda, whatever. Soft drinks. How come they're so fucking expensive? It's like $4 for a Coke now, or like $3.50 or some shit. Fuck. Everything the blacks accuse white of is the fucking Jews. Oh boy. Let me see if I can find this thing. Okay. Oh, can we get some fucking sound? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? Why do we have no sound? Is it? Okay, I don't know what the fuck happened to my sound. Oh.
Characters after people.
Okay. Where's the first one? I wanted the thing that covered the whole thing. Is this it?
Plantation Simulator might be the worst game on Steam right now. So in this game, you play as the owner of a plantation, and the whole gameplay loop is you're basically whipping the other NPCs to make them do their jobs. I feel like Chud the Builder would have really loved this game. Since its release, many people online have called for it to be taken off of Steam because of the game's racial insensitivity and the fact that it glorifies owning a plantation. Plantation Simulator might be the worst game.
Oh no, I want the whole. I saw a video that talked about, because the thing was a troll, because then he changed the characters to white and then he made them femboys. And I wanted to talk about not talk about the femboys. Yeah, they called it woke, but like the whole point, he was trying to troll people. And really, I guess the gimmick is black people really didn't react. I think it's because people didn't know about the game. But because I'm sure he would have got reaction from motherfuckers. But let me see if I can find the short ass scene. Not this. Okay, I can't find it. But yeah, that's the thing. Plantation Simulator. But I don't really give a fuck. I can't find it. It was talking about the femboys. I want to hear about the femboys. Pause ninth pause in a row. A lot of pauses. What's going on? Because it takes the same to make a cleaner. Yeah, it's true. Some of that shit is not good. 12 cans of anything here in PA is like 10. Yeah, fucking. If you want like a 12 pack of of some fucking Coca-Cola, that shit used to be $3 or $4. It's like $9, $10 now. What the fuck? $10 for a 12-pack of some fucking Coca-Cola? Fuck you. Yeah, 12 cans of anything. I'm sugar coating shit because people are afraid of salting the juice. Where's Matt? He'll sell you straight. Used to be like $4. Yeah, it used to be like nothing. I know. Hot dogs are $15 at the Walmart. Fuck. Need a permit for that kind of farmer simulator. Morning home goys. Appreciate you being here. Just got here in slavery. Well, you missed bestiality and just stupidity. You guys missed the kid trying to bring a shark on a boat, and the shark defending itself by down there eating the kid, and some dude fucking his dog. And so then we talked about the slavery game, the indie game. But I wanted him to tell the whole story. Canada's been in the food inflation game for a while. I see. Shit, man. I just went to the grocery store. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't that bad, but still, I mean, I didn't really get much. Every time I go to the grocery store, I can get into the express lines under 15 items. So it wasn't a ton. I mean, I'm only one dude, but still. I get your hot dogs 5 for 25, 5 for 25. Mixed breakfast, sausage, bacon, and a pack of hot dogs. Don't buy buns are a scam. Y'all some cereal glizzy eaters. No, we're not used to the wild food inflation. We're getting used to it because of how the past 5 years ago, 6 years, because the inflation has gone crazy. But it sucks. It sucks. It's so bad that Arizona's, they were 99 cents ever since I was a kid. And now some places, like sometimes from the grocery store, you can still get them for 99 cents. Arizona iced teas, but if you go to a gas station, it's $2. They need the famines to get rid of us. Well, we're already not reproducing. Unfortunately, you are right, Archman Silva. It is just going to get worse. It's going to get worse and worse. You're unfortunately correct. That's another gimmick. Healthy food costs more, 3 to 5 times. And a lot of that shit isn't healthy. Shit, I heard of a story. A guy got, was it spinach or lettuce? Something from Whole Foods, the organic shit from Whole Foods. Come to find out, they put some pesticide or something in it, and he started having kidney issues. So even the healthy food ain't even healthy. Because they're spraying that shit with shit. Oh, man. And trying to find that story, it'd be impossible. They're going to drift the young ones, too. Cauliflower, $4. See, like, fucking crazy. Yeah, the organic label don't mean shit. Whole Foods don't mean shit. I can't. Lord knows trying to find that story. The guy had, and I couldn't tell you what chemical it is, but I couldn't tell you if it was lettuce, something green, which, it's what you're supposed to be getting, right? Greens. And he got it from Whole Foods, organic shit, but nope, they sprayed it with pesticides. Organic is not organic. Test the foods to find it. Shit. Yeah, that's what he had found out. And he had an allergy to one of the pesticides, and it ended up affecting his kidneys. So, honestly, if there's any positive with that, it's just led to me, well, I'm not going to get so bent up out of shape over organic because there's no point. Because if they're going to spray that shit with pesticides, I'm screwed either way. I mean, I probably could go to farmers markets. There's a lot of farmland out here. You saw a report on that? Yeah. Somebody bought organic, found it was laced to death with pesticides. Yeah, them stupid mini water. That's crazy. $8. Shit. One time I went to get like some diced melon because I'm like, I don't feel like chopping. Just get some diced melon where sometimes they'll have like mixed whatever. It's like $5 or $6. I'm like, fuck this. Trying to stay coherent, but you smash. No worries. Lurk mode engage. All right. $150 for a square watermelon. Fuck that. We used to sell them bitches for like $3 or $4 at Meijer back in the day. Howdy, y'all. Okay, Tom Jensen, appreciate you being here as Wook, a.k.a. Cotton, dips out. We're complaining about the fucking inflation with food. That's what we're complaining about. And talking about how organic is bullshit. People are just not buying veggies or meat. That's not good. So now they're just eating processed slop. Which, you know, I'm not saying I don't eat processed slop. I mean, clearly I do. See how fat I am. But shit. We're fucked, man. And I mean, only God knows what this meat is made out of. Because, I mean, there's not... Whew. They're killing us. They're killing us, man. I mean, because you already got the population crazy. Ain't nobody having kids. Ain't nobody reproducing. And it's, you know, it's not easy to stay alive when everything's all fucked up. All the food supplies jacked up. I'm anemic. Not eating meat is not an option. I see. I mean, you're supposed to eat meat and veggies. I know there's been a lot of people, you know, I'm plant-based or, you know, I'm carnivore. And I my theory on why a lot of those people find success with those diets is really the elimination of the processed food. I think if you could get off processed food, you can live a lot healthier. Even though, as we just mentioned, they're spraying all this shit on the fruit, and they're doing God knows what to the actual animals. Talking about the cows, the chickens, and pigs and whatnot. God knows what they're feeding them. God knows the conditions they're living in. Love you guys regardless of my extremist views. We love you too. That's why we haven't banned you. Even though we probably should have. Why cook a vegetable when you can hook a fucker up with another piece of chicken or hot dog or fries? I guess that's the gimmick. You got a story up to 10 pages, 4,200 words. That's dope, Tom Jensen. I've been really good for a month. Congrats. No sugar, no junk, no pop, almost no carbs. You feel better. Congrats. Man, if I could get off pop and just get on water, I'd be, I do drink a lot of water, but I still drink too much. Pop, and I'm too much sugar. I'm starting to try to slide back with sugar, but I go through my sugar craving sometimes, man, where I'm just like, I want sugar. I don't know what it is. It could be fucking parasites for all the fuck I know. I keep seeing shit about that. About the room is spinning. Whoa. Calm down, my God. Drink some. Matter of fact, we just talked about water. Drink some water. Get something to eat. Soak some of that shit up. Make sure you drink some water and get something to eat, Cotton. DoorDash you some shit if you need to. I don't know what time it is. Well, you in Zona, so it's a little bit earlier. So yeah, I think you're 2 hours behind. So yeah, DoorDash you some shit if you need to, man. Stopped drinking soda a few years ago. Drinking out every now and again. That's it. Yeah, I got into the water with just the flavor. That's enough. I see. I'm trying to drink because this is when I first stopped drinking pop. What worked was actually, like I mentioned, Arizona. I would drink Arizonas. I would drink lemonade. And because pop, in addition to just having sugar, especially the Coca-Colas, they got caffeine. And the quote unquote fizz. If I could just get off the caffeine, and that's another, I am a caffeine. I'm not a fiend. I'm not like one of those coffee drinkers that eat coffee every day. Caffeine every day, but I do prefer caffeine. And I'm trying to lower my energy drinks. I'm lying. I'm trying to lower my energy drinks. I just went to the store and I would have got a 4-pack of Red Bull, but they didn't have the 4-pack of Red Bull, so I only got a single Red Bull. But I fucking love. I know that those Red Bulls may have been what killed Kevin Samuels if it wasn't a bitch. I don't know what we still don't know what killed him, but I love Red Bull, man. I love Red Bull. I love fucking Mountain Dew. I love this shit, man. And I'm trying to get off of it, but I fucking love it. Once I got off sugar, I only drink 1 coffee in the morning, not 2. It's weird. Energy drinks are fucking poison. They're absolutely poison. But I fucking love a Red Bull, man. I fucking love one. I will say that I used to be on Monster and Rockstar. And those are bigger cans, and they're even worse. I used to drink a fucking Rockstar every fucking day. That was my coffee. I was sick. Said Mountain Dew gave you a stone. Shit. And I could believe it. Mountain Dew is basically fucking what is it? It's damn near windshield wiper fluid. Probably is. It's like a Mountain Dew is fucking horrible. You never drunk coffee before? I never liked coffee. I can't drink coffee. Even the little fruity macchiatos got stoned off, dude. No, I think he meant or he's talking about like a kidney stone or some shit. Or what other body parts can get stones? Gallbladder stones? But yo, Mountain Dew is probably the worst. You're probably better off drinking liquor than Mountain Dew. I don't know if there's anything worse for you than Mountain Dew. Sentient loves coffee. There's a bunch of coffee places here because you got Starbucks, Kidney, damn. You got Starbucks, obviously. But then you got, shout out, and I'm surprised they have Tim Hortons here because I thought Tim Hortons was only like northern, like obviously Canada because it's a Canadian brand. I thought they only had it like Canada, Michigan, up north. But they got Tim Hortons down here. They got Black Rock Coffee. They got Dutch Bros. And then, of course, you still got Dunkin'. And then I mentioned Shipley's, which is a donut place. And they have coffee, too. So there's a bunch of fucking coffee places down here. A bunch. I'm looking for a coffee shop to be really a second place since I work from home. Or a third place. I need a place that I can just fucking hang out at that's not my home. Right? I used to be, I can't focus on the keyboard. Oh, man. God, make sure you get something to, get you something to eat. Some chips or something, a burger or something. And drink some water. Drink just some water, just plain water. Try to mellow that shit out. You done let the Jews oppress you, bro. Don't do that. Don't let the man hold you down. Try drinking it black. What's wrong with black? No, I'm just joking. Our coffee culture is different. All these fast coffee chains fail here. I wish they would fail here. Like, shout out to the random place at Michigan I was. They had a cool coffee shop downtown, and then Charlotte had a couple like cool coffee shops, so I could like, all right, just take my laptop and just chill. Like, I remember I used to program. I used to go to what was that shit called? They had one uptown and they had one. Was it in Pineville? I couldn't even think of the place, but it was more of a sit down, not like you said the fast coffee shops. It was more of a sit down place, and they had a few pastries, but they in the distance from me, I can hear you. In the distance from, okay, I'm not sure. I know you said you were drinking. I just hope you're okay, man. Be okay, Cotton. That's all I'm asking. Time is money. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. You got to get that coffee down your neck on the way to work. You can't sit around and drink it. Yeah, that's what they market towards. But then at the same time, the lines be out the fucking door. Or lines be wrapped around the building. For all these places. I've seen the lines for Dutch Bros be crazy. The lines for Shipley's be crazy. Like, these lines will be wrapped around the building of a bunch of people trying to get their coffee fast and leave. But, like, you in line 20, 30 minutes for that coffee. I'm not trying to, again, say, because I don't think. Well, but then, shit, we see some of these coffees. I didn't say it was good, but that is how it is here. Shit. Some of these coffee orders, have you seen some of this shit? Sometimes it's on yeah, some of these iced coffee orders are fucking crazy. Let me see.
Into the iced coffee order. She then added 15 pumps.
Okay, Looks like we had an issue. I'm gonna go from the top.
When this woman was working at Dunkin' Donuts, she came across the weirdest order you'll ever see. After pouring 12 pumps of sugar into the iced coffee order, she then added 15 pumps of caramel syrup before submerging it all in almond milk. But when it was finally time to put in the portion of coffee, you won't believe how much she put in this drink. When this woman was working
You see these, and there's way more of these. There's way more of these crazy coffees where it's like 30 sugars, 30 syrups. Look at this. All this mocha syrup. Look at this shit. This ain't coffee. Don't tell me this is the energy drink is worse than this. It's not. That's cap. Look at this shit. Look at all that fucking sugar. Man, I'll take my Red Bull over this. Fuck it. I'll take my Red Bull over this. Look at that shit. Fuck out of here. All that fucking sugar. How's that shit even settled? See, there's a lot of this shit. A lot of these wild ass coffee orders. That's an abomination. It's sludge. Yes, it's sludge. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. We had a little it just all of a sudden started buffering for no fucking reason. Can't type. No worries. F stream. Yeah, the stream started buffering. I don't know why. Then say Starbucks put their corporate office out of Seattle for Texas. When you piss Starbucks off and have them leave Seattle, you've probably fucked up. Cause Starbucks is like one of the most liberal. You got to think. I mean, for a company, most liberal, the most. I mean, that's like them you losing the Supersonics. Starbucks is based on being in Seattle. That's half their fucking gimmick. To the best, I love you guys. Never forget. Hey, bro, don't be talking like that. You talking like you know something about to happen. You ain't about to. Don't do nothing crazy, man. Shit. I mean, Lord knows a lot of these motherfuckers got to go. A lot of these bullshit. I seen these tech oligarchs talking shit at these different commencement ceremonies. And a lot of people pissed at them. Don't go Luigi, my guy. You sound like you ready to do some crazy shit. No manifestos, my guy. Outside of your home, coffee's a social thing here. It used to be a social thing here. People go for coffee to catch up and shit. You sit down for an hour and waffle. Yeah, that was a thing here too. Until the pandemic, it absolutely was a thing. Because how do you think I dated so many white girls back in the day? I'm not even joking when I say that. Because there was a fucking, going back to the coffee shops in Charlotte, there was a Starbucks in Pineville that I'm sure they was like, damn, every few weeks it's him and a different white girl. We just see this is like the 5th white girl this month, bro. What the fuck is going on? So yeah, that used to be a thing here too. Yeah, the stream started buffering. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what's going on. People do that here too. There are small business coffee places. And you're starting to see less of that for the fast coffee. But yeah, I'm looking for a place, even though I'm not a coffee drinker. I always like these places. I would just get tea or something, or like tea, or maybe like a cookie, or sometimes they have different pastries or something. But just something, just so it's a cool place to chill, cool place to hang out. And so I gotta find a place. So yeah, people do that here, and it used to be a thing, and hopefully it still is. Shit. Yeah, that's not coffee. I don't know what that was. Sludge, somebody said. Listener said sludge. I worked there for a bit. It's bad. Yeah, that looks crazy. That shit looks crazy. Don't do that to your body. Yeah, that looks that shit was nuts. Starbucks, none of the Starbucks shit is coffee. It's all synthetic trash. Facts. That's an abomination. It is. You rubbing the top. Yeah, rubbing the top of the cup was crazy. That's nuts. Ah, shit. Your blood vessels on Dunkin', kids. I wish I could no more, but I'm so happy that's what's up. No bathrooms for anyone. Starbucks failed here. I had Starbucks Frappuccino once. It was mostly whipped cream. That's who the Seattle mayor said bye to, Starbucks. I don't know if that was a smart decision. Good luck, Seattle. Good luck. Low. I had to piss so bad while in the grocery store. They had no public bathrooms. I went back and used the employee bathroom. God damn. Yeah, you could have pissed in aisle 5. Yes, you're right. Shaking my head, raccoon. What do you want me to do? You want me to lie? I dated some black girls too. I just didn't take them to Starbucks. We would go get something to eat. I dated black girls too. I dated all types of girls, man. I like them all. I don't know if I would run for a white girl right now, though. I ain't gonna lie. No disrespect. Part of it is the trauma of what I just thought. You know, some of that shit did not work out. It's cooler for reactor. Yeah, that was some chemical baths. That's the type of shit. That was some superhero origin shit where you just a chemical bath falls on, Barry Allen. He becomes the Flash. Listeners, be careful. The Starbucks in the jar sold in stores by 1 and 4 and 12 counts. It's watered down shit like Yoo-hoo. Ugh. I never got the appeal of Yoo-hoo. Don't worry about you. You're doing great. I'm glad you're doing good. Cotton. Brandon Holland says Starbucks top coffee is top coffee supplier is Jiffy Lube. Yeah. Portland and Seattle Antifa keep destroying Starbucks. Only to the Starbucks executive 5 years to move and stop repairing these locations. Said Winter General. Stop. I love you guys. I love you too, man. I love you too, man. Please drink some water. If you haven't, make sure you get some water. Don't drink too much though. No, I did not see the questions video on Starbucks. I did not. Let me see if we got more of these Dunkin'. There's a bunch of these, man. Because I know me and Richard would send them to each other on time. By the way, if you ever want to just harass me, you like, you know what? I want to harass Vigilante Williamson right now. Hit me up on Instagram. I am on Instagram. I'm semi-active. So if you ever feel like, man, I just want to harass Vigilante. I don't know if he's streaming. You can ask me if I'm streaming today or not. Hit me up on the scam. Hit me up on the scam. You need to bring up the positives about Antifa. I guess, what's positive? I would say giving the youth something to do, but they're not young anymore, is it? All these motherfuckers in their 30s. Here's more poisonous. Look what Samantha W is doing to her body. Look at this shit. I'm hoping that these are not real orders and that these are made up orders that they do just to go viral. Look at this shit here. And then some almond slop. Because almonds don't have titties, so how can they make milk? A shit ton of ice. And then coffee drink. Look at this shit.
That is death in a recyclable cup.
Don't fucking drink that shit. Y'all be better off drinking whatever the fuck Cotton is drinking than drinking that shit, man. Don't drinking that. Don't drink that shit. No, I do not send goths. You the one keep sending me goths. I can prove. I'll show. No, I ain't gonna show our DMs. We be saying wild shit. But that's you. You the one sending all these goths, bitch. These goth hoes. Now I might send a torta or two, but I'm not taking the blame for the goths. Yoo-hoo, like hot cocoa in the pot pouches don't use water. I use milk. Yeah, you make hot cocoa, milk, thick and milky. Yoo-hoo is more or less chocolate flavored water. Yeah, that's crazy shit. Alienated my friends on X. Good job. Homies will be, yes, whoever's drinking that is probably themselves a torture. Speaking of, destroying Starbucks. I didn't destroy Starbucks. I haven't been to a Starbucks in like 5 or 6 years. Well, when last time I've been to a Starbucks? Probably 2018. So damn near 10 years. Fascists are actually bad, but I don't get Antifa. They seem to be retarded and not serious. I don't get it. Oh man, we just lost a bunch of people. We had like 12 people. And they were here for a second. They just dipped. I don't know what I said. I guess maybe the goths. Maybe they were here for the goths. I don't hate goth bitches, but I'm not the one sending them. That's Richard sending me goth bitches. And I'm obese too, so I'm not trying to shit on people, but I got a premium subscription at Starbucks. Jason Jacobs creations cap. Tell me you're obese, but I'll tell me you're obese for the love of God. A whole cup of sugar. The shit be saying like 15 sugars. Like, what the fuck? It's a quarter. Yeah, it's only a quarter bit of coffee. All that damn sugar. I know the truth. No one will accept it. Oh, man. Recycle it. Will never take one of those cups. Hell no, all that damn chemical. Recycling doesn't include those huge cups. I don't give a fuck who thinks I'm crazy. I know the truth. Fair enough. Seeing what you Westoids did to coffee, I'm starting to think the jihadis had a point. Fizz is still here. Thank you. AI got them. Recycling, yeah, it is a ritual. It doesn't really do much. We do it because it feels nice. Most of that shit gets burnt. They're not part of the training data. In the word of Phil Collins, I don't care anymore. Fair enough. What's going on here?
Still not up on the arm.
Oh, no. Question. Today we're just going to talk about whatever the hell we want. Because I don't care if anyone hates what I say. I don't even have a topic for these videos. Maybe we can dive into
I did see this video because I'm in the damn comment section. I think I do remember that video. Yeah, you're right. It did used to be reduce, reuse, recycle. Is it the almond of the walnut, the base almond? That sounds fucking retarded. Yeah, I said the FDA is a waste of tax because they are a waste of tax. I don't know how those fucking things are allowed legal. Oh, this is them talking about almond milk. That's fucking retarded. I'm gonna spare everybody's brain cells. But yeah, it did used to be reduce, reuse, recycle. That whole environmentalism kick was bullshit. Was absolute bullshit. And shout out to my guy Nature Jab who's trying to use plastic as a fuel source. And a lot of people are missing the point. A lot of people say, oh, well, it's not an efficient fuel source. And it's like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but we have fucking tons and tons and tons and tons of plastic trash, and we don't know what to do with it. So being able to use it as a fuel source, efficiency be damned, is still a positive thing. Instead of just letting that shit just float in the ocean and fucking trap fish and all that other shit. It's amazing this earth is still around. Goodness, we've been fucking abusing it. Now we got these damn data centers. The water's all brown. We're fucked. We're quoting Phil Collins now. I can barely understand them. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. I bet everything you put an air tag, you're recycling, you find is sent to India to be thrown in the ocean or North Africa, or since you did add West Africa to be thrown in the ocean or set on fire. You're probably correct. Too bad we can't use politicians. Hot air as a fuel source, right? With, run efficiency forever. Bleeding heart liberals here in the U.S. cut corners by having our trash sent to third world countries. Malcolm X said it. The liberal is the most dangerous thing in the West and on the earth. I think he said dangerous thing on the earth. I don't think he said the Western world. He said the liberal is the most dangerous thing on the earth. That's what Malcolm X said. Some version of that. The water is not brown. The water is gone. Sheesh. That's even worse. You're right. The river in New Mexico is literally gone because of data centers. Wow. Or data centers. The entire northern coast of Africa is a toilet for U.S. trash. Oh, my God. That's fucking terrible. So that's why, going back to the guy Nature Jab, and if you haven't looked him up, what's his name? Julian Brown? Let me see if I can find him. He's trying to, he's been able to turn plastic into a fuel. And man, I think with all, to have a I don't think it's efficient enough to be as a fuel source. I think that's the big criticism. But to do something with all this trash, you know what I mean? To me, that's the positive. Some people are critical of him, and I'm not. It says a scammer, but he's able to make plastiline out of a fuel source out of plastic.
I built this machine behind me so I can make gasoline for $0 a gallon from plastic waste. Let's go. $14,000 watts total power output.
So I'm gonna just mute myself and just let this play out.
Hey, who was the last person you've known to have a butterfly in their pocket? Because I've got a butterfly in my pocket whilst I'm distilling plastiline. Plastiline. Octane reading. $110. I built this machine behind me so I can make gas.
So I think one of the more obvious, and it's a pretty obvious criticism when you look at it, is just the efficiency. You look at all the shit that he went through to get this much fuel, and I think that's a fair criticism. But again, we have so much fucking plastic waste that we have to get rid of. That's where, to me, it's not that the efficiency is something to be ignored, because obviously you don't want something to be more expensive, but just as a way of getting rid of the fucking plastic shit. We have islands of plastic in the ocean. We have to get rid of it. I always thought about You guys ever see? Looks like a meth lab. Like he is kind of dressed like he's Breaking Bad. You guys remember Back to the Future? It was Back to the Future 2. Doc Brown was using trash to fuel the DeLorean. Because in the future you was able to do that. Of course, by the time it was really 2015, you wasn't. But that's some tech. Like, hey, if I could take all the plastic trash that I have in a month or in a week or whatever, put it in a machine and get a fuel source and use that to fuel a generator, I mean, that would cut down on a lot of plastic waste. And if that was a practical, because, you know, to be also fair to the efficiency, he's just a guy. You know what I mean? He doesn't have top of the line equipment. He's just, you know, grinding this shit up. And maybe you can increase that efficiency if you had higher end technology being used. So, and if you, again, even if it was just for the purpose of burning up the plastic and getting rid of all the plastic waste and getting rid of all that stuff that we're not going to use and it's just trashing, that's to me where it's more of a positive. I don't think it's efficient enough to be thought of as this is a new fuel source quite yet. I don't know if the process can be improved upon because I'm not a scientist. I get that he has critics, but I think, you know, I'm not saying you shouldn't critique him, but you should definitely, like, this is not that he might not get Tesla'd or whatever. Justice for Nikola Tesla. And, you know, he had free energy and stuff, which apparently he thinks that allegedly the free energy that Tesla was working on, he got the idea from, was it the Egyptians? Or maybe the Proto-Egyptians? Because we know that when we think of Egypt, they didn't produce the pyramids, and we also know that those aren't the only pyramids on the. Not only not the only pyramids on the planet. Pyramids appear all over the planet. They're not even the biggest, and that's a whole other can of worms. So you know, I will say this: I am somebody who believes that history has a lot of holes in it, intentionally so, and that a lot of ancient technology is a lot more superior to what we were told to believe. And that it is more likely that man has fallen off and rebuilt itself technologically than it is that man didn't come up with a lot of this high-end technology until the past 100 years. It's more likely that 2,000 years or whatever it was years ago, we had high technology, fucked it all up, and then built it back up. Maybe a few times over, than we were just in the wilderness fucking stupid, and then all of a sudden, past 200 years, everything technological that could possibly happen happened. I don't buy that. Especially, you know, again, if the Egypts have free energy. I'm missing a lot of comments. Let me try to get all these comments. How much diesel do they burn moving trash from the Mediterranean to LA to load it on a boat to sell to Asia? Only God knows. It's like all the EU tars claiming net zero, some kind of success. They just offload the industry to Asia. Yeah, that's what a lot of, you know, that's what has happened. The water's gone because the elites, vineyards, bought the land the river runs through, takes all of it, rarely sells it back to the state. Sheesh. We might be having technical issues as I read your guys' comments. Wow. Hey, Small Time, appreciate you being here. If you can make fuel cheaply, then you are a target. Yeah, he probably is a target. Hey, STR, I don't see how. Looks like a meth lab. Plastic is an oil, yes, petroleum-based. The FBI, open up. Plastic is an oil byproduct, but how do you get a burnable liquid from a solid, dry plastic? I'm not sure. I keep butterflies in my pocket all the time. No joke. Look at what they did to Nikola Tesla. Justice for Tesla. He was fucked by Edison and the U.S. government, including your boy, his what was it? His uncle? Was it Trump's great uncle or some shit? Had access to the Tesla. Talking about different files. Am I incorrect? Is it Barron Trump or some shit like that? I know they have there's a younger one named Barron, but like the older one. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think Trump has an uncle, a great uncle, that was involved with Tesla. Wasn't sure how to spell his first name. Mr. Fusion. No, don't say the N word. No, don't tell him do it. Don't encourage him. He wanted to give the world free electricity. No, Knack. No. Fusion, once we get there, until then we need to develop hydrogen. Listen, I've shown the hydrogen car existed in the early 2000s, but they never did anything with it. We already have the technology to have hydrogen cars, and we could have done that the past 20 years. We are 20 years plus of having that technology, and it's just been completely suppressed. He was doing wild electromagnetic stuff. He was working on medical applications and all sorts of stuff. Pyramids are some of the easiest structures to build from a practical standpoint. Yeah, civilizational cycles are a real thing. That's what I believe in. I believe we've had multiple civilizational cycles. And I think we might be at the end of one, unfortunately. So in 20 years, we might be like fucking Mad Max. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit, the way y'all describe fucking Seattle, it looks like it is already Mad Max. So, fuck. Giants, they are real. Yo, I absolutely believe in, what do you call them, Nephilim, giants. There's a lot of alternative, just non-mainstream research that show, including skeletons, that are like, okay, it's like skeletons and infrastructure that show that there were probably, in the Bible even describes Nephilim, and different mythologies describe these, some people have made, or at least tried to link the Nephilim of the Bible to the Greek mythology. In the Bible, it was said that the angels went with the physical women of the earth, and they had these babies. Well, that sounds a lot like Hercules, right? It's supposed to be Zeus and a regular woman, and they have Hercules. So people have tried to connect that. I'm just a guy, couldn't tell you if there's a link or not. You do your research, you tell me. But I definitely believe that there were giants. Hell, I mean, now we see, motherfuckers like Wemby, right? He's, 7'6". But I definitely think it's plausible. I also say least plausible. I'm not going to say for sure. Because I don't know, there's so much stuff that I'm open-minded on, but I'm just not sure on. I couldn't tell you. I'm not about to go to in a death battle to prove that giants existed, but I think that it's a fair shot that it did. Giants, they are real. The Vatican and the Smithsonian destroyed every bone they could find, killed everyone that found out. I'm not shocked. Or killed everyone that found one. I'm not shocked. The Smithsonian, their job is to hide history, hide anything outside the natural telling of history that they've presented us. If anything shows up that doesn't go in line with that standard thing, they erase it. Including like a lot of the dating. There's and talk about another link. A lot of people have linked what we call dinosaurs to the dragons of antiquity. There's different legends of dragons. Obviously, you're talking about like the Chinese culture, but even in old European cultures, that dragons existed. And they're allegedly, people have been made fun of for the quote unquote creation museum, and they show people riding dinosaurs. But allegedly there have been cover-ups because of, what am I trying to say? And hopefully you guys are smart. Hopefully you guys can translate what I'm going to try to present. But if you go deep enough in the crust, things should line up as in the crust of the earth. If you talk about different fossils, they should line up according to the time period they were in. So if you see this fossil very close to another fossil in the same strata of the earth, they probably were in a similar time period. And apparently some of that stuff that would have shown what we call dinosaurs in a similar time period to different humans, that has been erased because of the telling of dinosaurs existed millions of years before humans, and they never existed at the same time. There's evidence that allegedly has been covered up to show that maybe there was a crossover of dinosaurs / dragons and humanity. Again, you do your research. I'm an asshole on the internet who smokes weed and watches videos on YouTube. I am an expert on nothing, but I have heard of these theories and rumors, and I'm just presenting shit to you. Y'all do your research and y'all tell me. I don't know what was going on. Isha, yeah, you had to be there. All I can say is I seen the writing and it looks perfect. So perfect a machine could do it. Calling them elites is cringe. I agree. Facts. Because the Lord knows they act like pussies. I saw this video of them giving commencement speeches at different colleges and getting booed. And boy, do these guys act like hoes whenever they get booed. They are such bitches. So calling them elites is probably not the correct statement. We got to come up with a better term for these assholes. These pieces of garbage. The 12 pillars under the corner of the Egyptian pyramids. Hold on. I missed so many comments. 12 pillars under the corners of the Egyptian pyramids. I want to see more detailed investigation in that. Egypt won't allow it. They won't allow archaeology anywhere. Sheesh. He said, because people fuck it up. You can bitch about it as much as you want. At least have always existed and will always exist. You're always ruled by someone. Yeah, I like that. I'm only ruled by Jesus Christ. I'm with you. I mean, do they have power over me? Somewhat, but who here is hyper religious? I believe in going back to Jesus. I believe in Jesus, but I'm not an expert on anything. Alien UFO disclosure destroys everything ever in religious text circulating around creation narrative, unless the aliens are demons and they're interdimensional. And who knows what that disclosure is like? Because as a lot of people have joked, if Cotton is still alive, he said the joke. I used to believe in aliens until the government told me they were real. You know what I'm saying? The government's not the most trustworthy source, unfortunately. Says Richard says, you want to accept that? Cool. I won't. They're not burying me anything. Yeah, fuck these elites. Fuck these guys. I get it to some extent. Sister Diddle's right. There's always going to be a power structure of some sort, right? Because even when if a power vacuum should occur, somebody's going to try to fill it in, and thus there will always be some sort of government, some sort of people controlling it behind it. There's always going to be a man behind the curtain or men behind the curtain, but they're not elite. Fuck them. I don't have to give them any added. I give the quote. I think it's a Bible quote. Give Caesar his due. I give Caesar what is his. I try to pay my fucking taxes, pay my bills. I don't have to respect these people. I have to, have a certain amount of understanding of where things lie. But at least for now, I got free speech. So I could tell them to suck my dick. So yeah, tired of alien shit get thrown in front of us constantly. Yeah, the alien shit's weird. We'll see if Operation Bluebeam happens. If we're going Mad Max, I'm getting the battleship. Then trying to tell me it's just the aliens are just white guys. What? Am I lost? Did I miss something? I want proof, solid proof. That would be nice. Solid, consistent, non-bullshit proof. That would be nice, Rowan. Because I'm sick of this half-assed. thing. Speaking of the government, was it J.D. Vance even said, he actually said what I just said, that he thinks they're interdimensional. Let me see if I can find this. That I should be able to find. He thinks they're demons, that's something I've thought. But him saying it again, when the government says it, makes you not think.
We saw aliens.gov. I don't think they're aliens. I think they're demons anyway, but that's a longer discussion.
Well, I can't let you go without a follow-up on that. Because Barack Obama is on this podcast, and he goes, yeah, aliens are real, but, here's where they're not. And,
I did not.
And so Obama says, yes, aliens are, he gets asked point blank, are aliens real? He says, oh, yeah. And then he goes, but they're not at Area 51. And
where are they, bro?
Well, that's what he says. Okay. Right. That's a great question. Trump had to go save him, and he said he's going to declassify. Okay. So you think they're demons?
Well, look, I think that celestial beings who fly around, who do weird things to people, I think that the desire to describe everything celestial, everything as otherworldly, to describe it as aliens, I mean, every great world religion, including Christianity, the one that I believe in, has understood that there are weird things out there, and there are things that are very difficult to explain. And I naturally go, when I hear about sort of extra natural phenomenon, that's where I go to, is the Christian understanding that, there's a lot of good out there, but there's also some evil out there. And I think that one of the devil's great tricks is to convince people he never existed.
You know me. We saw aliens.gov.
I don't think
So for what it's worth, I've been very critical. I called this guy Gate Events. He's still the vice president of the United States, saying that he thinks these things are demons. But he's acting as if he doesn't know if they. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. I'm just a guy. I'm just an asshole on the internet. Just an asshole on the internet. No one's bitching. I didn't say you were. Sounds pathetic at the end of the day. Yeah, I don't disagree. Yeah, that's why I was just saying. Like, I don't have to, whatever. Yeah, there's gonna be powerful people or people with a certain amount of influence, but I don't have to give them any more. I don't have to add any more to them than that. Like it's going back to the Bible. It says, "Give Caesar, give Caesar what is his," referring to taxes. Basically, like, follow the laws, so long as they're not too crazy. Pay your taxes, because this money is not, this isn't real. It's not real. It isn't. It wasn't real then. It's still not real now. But they don't have to get. I don't have to add any more to their name. So they are the rulers. See, But there's something to be said about. That's why I'm not trying to skim over the comments. You guys are talking, Ascension and Richard. Like, 'cause I see where both of you guys are coming from, right? Like, there are people who just show the vice president. There's vice presidents. There are people who are bankers. There are tech oligarchs. There are very powerful people. And thousands of years ago, going back to the biblical times, there were Pharisees and merchants and whatever the hell, you know what I mean? And then kingdoms and so yeah, there's always going to be these individuals, for whatever way, have a certain power, and advisors and shit who have power, but you don't necessarily have to add. And I don't know what's the best way to refer to them. I mean, I guess, because you don't want. I think there is something to. I think there's a lot of learned helplessness that they're trying to project upon us. I want to find, if I can find the site that talks about data centers, and you can look, and if I find that, there's a site that apparently has all the data centers, and I should have got it before this stream. And if I get to, I got to catch up with you guys' comments. But there's something you can do now, and if I will say this, the powers that be, the powers that shouldn't be, whatever we want to call these people, they definitely want you demoralized. They definitely want you to feel helpless, and you're not helpless. And a lot of that's projection, because a lot of these people, they hide behind the veneer of quote unquote elitehood. And whenever they're exposed, and I'll try to find that as well, these CEOs getting flustered when a few fucking college students boo them. And it's like, y'all can't handle this shit. Y'all really can't handle the heat. Y'all the ones who are weaker. You're the one who's weak. We still have some more power, at least more power than we think. So there's definitely something to demoralize the people. And so I want, before I end this stream, which I'm not quite close. We're getting there, though. And we got 10 people. That's dope. I want to see if I can show both these college commencements with all these tech oligarchs getting booed, and then if I can find a data center website which shows all the up-to-date data centers in the area, in I think it's North America. And so you could, I know not everybody is in North America. We got people from Jordan, people from Croatia. So not everybody's in America, but if you are in North America, you can look, hey, is there a data center near me? Can I do something about it? So I'm going to try to get those done before this stream is over. I have a dragon in my basement, says Tom Jensen. Oh, that's a pug. I lied. Oh, well. Same thing. Organized minority will always succeed over the disorganized ruling class. Maybe ruling class. ruling class, something. We gotta come up with some word. God, love it. And you're right. People with real power don't give college speeches, but they high enough. Even if they middle managers, they higher than I am. The devil's location from Close Encounters is a giant fossilized tree trunk. Don't believe in dinosaurs coexisting. Humans and subhumans do not exist with dinosaurs. That's the conventional telling. Apparently, there was some evidence that may have overturned that. That was alleged, and this everything I'm saying is alleged. Because again, I'm not an expert on the conventional history, let alone the alternative implied history. But apparently, there was something in the hopefully, I have that word strata that implied that maybe there was some crossover. But there's supposed to be millions of years of gaps, and something that would break off that narrative would totally change the perspective of the age of the universe and the world. So I'm not saying the Smithsonian intentionally hid that information. I'm saying that is a theory. There's a lot of theories. I can't believe all of them because a lot of them contradict themselves. I just try to present them. We could talk about them. I don't know enough about the conventional telling to tell you if it's right or wrong. But these are theories that are out there. These are things you can research, and you guys could tell me what you think about some of these conspiracy theories. Obviously, a lot of more conventional ones about the government have been proven correct. Some of the more esoteric ones, not so much. So there. 1 million years ago, the CO2 was. Yeah, see, that's another thing. You're talking about the megaflora, megafauna would have existed in a specific time. 1 million years ago, the CO2 in the air was 3,000 to 9,000 parts per million. Completely plausible. There was once CO2 eating megafauna. I see. Because today's CO2 levels finally reached 400 parts per million, and people are losing their gay ass minds. Should go a million years ago. Aliens are real because humans exist. I mean, that's also a theory. You look at all the planets and stars. It's like you tell me there's nothing else out there. That's fucking crazy as well. Cotton said this. Vigilante didn't. The Jews aren't white. Well, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. Who cares about aliens? Have you seen the price of this economy? Look at the advancement of cell phones from the brick in the 90s to the iPhones in the 2000s. Fair enough. We went to 8-tracks in the 70s to dual layer DVDs in the 2000s. So I don't like this twerp. Which twerp? I don't even remember what twerp we were talking about. Oh, you talking about, I'm not a fan of Vance either. I've called him Gay D Vance. And that's not even his real name. What is this guy? Does he have a totally different name? What is JD Vance's real name? I think wacky billionaire cultist tech bros are trying to create God with AI. Yeah, I do. I think definitely there's something to it. So I'll buy the explanation. Which one? JD Vance or Benny Johnson? I guess both of us talking about JD. I never heard of Ben Johnson. I just remember seeing that thing. Our technology went from circuit boards with tubes to jumpers. 1/5 size of the pinhead, and we're getting off-world help. It's not from an idiot crossing a spaceship. It could, going back to the demon thing, and again, Jack Parsons he tried this, and allegedly even Mustache Man tried this, and that was trying to use demons to further technology. And that is not me make that. I can confirm. I can confirm Jack Parsons was trying to use. I couldn't tell you if it helped him, but we can look this guy up. We can look this shit up. He was trying to use demons to further his or he believed in it. Let's see. He was a rocket engineer, chemist, and Thelemite occultist. There's a lot of stuff on his life. He's a weird fucking dude. But embracing Thelemite. I'm trying to find just the idea that he thought he could find he can create technology using the help of demons. And it wouldn't shock me if they're doing something like that. And shit, he was I guess he was cool with L. Ron Hubbard. I believe they was fucking each other's wife or some shit. I'm not bullshitting. L. Ron Hubbard, aka the creator of Scientology, I believe him and Jack Parsons were like swingers like fucking each other's wives. I'm not bullshitting. Yeah, there's something to this. So L. Ron Hubbard, the Babylon Working, 1945. I know we skipped a lot of stuff. Parsons and former founded Ed Astra Engineering Company, under which Parsons founded the chemical manufacturing Vulcan Powder Company. Ed Astra was subject to an FBI investigation under suspicion of espionage when the agents from the Manhattan Project discovered Parsons and Foreman had, and I don't know who Foreman is, had procured a chemical used in a top secret project for material only known as X metal, but they were acquitted of any wrongdoing. Parsons continued to support Smith. I know we missed a lot of this. I skipped. OTO is that's Aleister Crowley's cult. So Thelemites is a part of his cult. I'm trying to do the science fiction writer and U.S. Navy officer L. Ron Hubbard moved into the parsonage, which I believe that's Zach Parsons' house. And he and Parsons, or compound or whatever, him and Parsons became close friends. Parsons wrote to Crawley that although Hubbard had no formal training in magic, so he was using magic, he had an extraordinary amount of experience and understanding in the field. For some of the experience, he's in direct touch with some higher intelligence, possibly his guardian angel. He's the most thelemic person I've ever met and is in complete accord with our own principles. So they were trying to use the spirit world, otherworldly entities in their work. And again, to the freaky shit, Parsons and Sarah were in an open relationship encouraged by OTO's polyamorous sexual ethics, and she became enamored with Hubbard. So yeah, he was fucking, they were on some cuck type shit. Shout out to the Quartering. Parsons, despite his attempt to repress his passions, became insanely jealous. Motivated to find a new partner through occult means, Parsons became to devote his energy to conducting black magic, causing concern of fellow OTO members who believed he was invoking troublesome spirits into the parsonage. Jane Wolfe wrote to Crawley that our own Jack is enamored with witchcraft and voodoo. So they were doing some wild shit. Wild shit. Fucking each other's wives. Voodoo and shit. Technology. It was just some wild shit. It was some wild shit going on. So I only say that to say, you talk about how far technology went with off-world stuff. And I'm not saying it wasn't aliens. I don't know. But it wouldn't shock me if they did some form of occultic rituals to try to channel high technology, because that's something at least Jack Parsons was doing. And I don't know that it stopped with him. So yeah, I am someone who wonders if the technology advancement doesn't have some non-human help, and whether that's alien, whether that's demon, whether they're the same thing. Those are cans of worms. I mean, we're kind of opening them, but I don't know enough to know. I get tired of Benny Stick. Oh man, I'm missing all sorts of stuff. James David Vance. I thought his name, like he had a whole different name that wasn't James David Vance. Is that incorrect? And sorry if I missed comments. I'm probably not going to be able to catch everything. So okay. His name was first James David Hamill, changed by his mother. Okay, so his birth name was James Donald Bowman. His name was then changed to James David Hamill after his parents divorced and his stepfather adopted him, and then became James David Vance after 2013, prior to him graduating from law school, to honor the maternal grandparents who largely raised him. And now we just shorten it to J.D. Vance. So yeah, he did. So I'm not crazy that he was born with a different name. He's only a few years older than me. He was born in 84. Jesus. That's depressing. I was born in 87. So it's very depressing when you see like very far along people and CEOs are now my age. It's I'm just an asshole. That 50, okay. Here's what I will say. Everyone said, you see in society 50% of our population can't tell us what a woman is. That's not true. The crazy woke liberal is as overrepresented as they overrepresent LGBTQ+. I don't think there's, there was a wave in 2020 and maybe as high as 20% would have tried to play that bullshit game. I don't think that everybody who's voting for Kamala and them is going so hard. Oh, I don't know what a woman is because you can't go off. No, I think that was a wave. I don't think people are really going to commit to that bit anymore. Back in the 1930s, people ate enriched uranium. Ugh. I don't care enough about him. I'm just tired of all media figures. I'm with you on that, Sentient. There's plenty of people arguing that other been here for thousands of years. I rarely watch anyone now. Same. You can make a steel man. I usually see straw man. Steel man argument that humans live with dinosaurs like crocodiles and alligators. They're dinosaurs. Birds. Question. Yeah, you can argue that. I agree. Crocodiles and alligators are dinosaurs too, like some birds. Komodo dragons. Komodo was listed as a dinosaur. I could be wrong. I did not know that. I've seen that too because there's like a joke. You ever seen those dinosaur nuggets of dinosaurs evolving into chickens and then chickens devolving back into dinosaurs because of the nuggets? That's the joke. But I read something about chicken being dinosaur level, their genetics. Crocodilians aren't dinosaurs. Birds are, though, says Fizz. And then, yeah, J.D. Vance is born James Donald Bowman. Isn't there proof crocodiles lived back then? I thought I heard that, or that group of animals. I threw crocodiles in. They're similar to alligators. They both look like dino descendants. Definitely, yeah, it looks like a dinosaur. There's two different animals alive that were close to dinosaurs that we could possibly find 65 million years later. These people are all wacky cultists, yeah. Tech bros are the real threat, not some tarted champagne commies breaking windows. Yeah, you're right. That whole identity wave, again, I don't think that wave is as active as it was 6 years ago. Especially, again, that was that was the young millennials. They're all 30 now. All those people who were screeching on Tumblr in 2016 when Donald Trump got elected, they're in their 30s now. They're not young anymore. There's a new youth wave that replaced them, and I don't think they're nearly as, I think they're as anti-woke. They are vehemently not woke. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's I'm not going to say cultural Marxism is not a threat because there's still people pushing it, right? There's still people pushing it, but it does not have the same pun not intended cultural impact that it did 10 years ago or 7 years ago or 6 years ago at its peak. That 2020 peak, it's only been a fall off since. I don't think identity politics and gender and all that shit, which was all the rage and from 2018, 2019 to 2021, I don't think anyone gives a shit. I mean, some people do, but it's like, I don't want to overstate how few people give a shit, but it's not the same impactful thing it was then. It's not the same clear and present danger it was then. I am in agreement with Sentient. The tech bros and the AI and the data center, that's the scary thing. That's okay, we got to do something about this shit. One is an ocean floor, and I might skip comments. I'm sorry, I want to get through everything, but I might not. AI was created for lonely people. Hell, yeah, AI was created to watch lonely people. That's also not untrue, or that's also true. Both of those are true statements. That's what I'm trying to say. See, there's people dating their AI. Tech bros are the real issue. We're going to end up like John Connor and Terminator fighting these data centers. Very true. And to administer these complex systems, AI can't watch 8 billion people efficiency. Oof. So it needs to cut it in half. Oof. Here's why. Yeah. Apparently that's the thing. Talk about the rich people not only do they have bunkers, allegedly they're doing a lot of supply and a lot of prepping Supply gathering, prepping. A lot of rich people are apparently prepping. So there is, and yeah, I've seen some of those fancy bunkers, and I remember seeing them going back to 2020. The rich better fucking run because AI shit gets worse. We're coming for you, man. I'm gonna try to find these graduations. When I was watching, I'm like, man, I wish they rushed the stage and just jumped the shit out of this person. I thought that a few times. Maybe it's just one of them. I can't remember whose. Half of Congress is still playing that game, the can't identify thing. Well, they need their ass beat because that game. We're done with that shit. We're done. Like we're over the gender shit. We're done with it. There's 2 fucking genders. If you want to dress up how you want to dress up, that's fucking fine. We're done with this shit. We're done with this shit. I'm over this shit. And I think most people are, but Congress, they're still playing that game. They can suck a dick. Weren't chickens 6 feet tall at one point? Maybe. Birds literally evolved from dinosaurs. Crocodiles are entirely separate. That's what Fizz says. Not refuting that. I'm not refuting, by the way, in anything I'm saying, I'm refuting none of it. I'm just observing and reading and trying to comment on because I don't know. I mean, we're collectively, this is a conversation. This isn't like a condemnation of any idea. Everyone can be free and have all the ideas they want. How's that possible, Fizz? It's forbidden. Crocodiles live back in the time of dinosaurs that aren't themselves dinosaurs, though. They have them all over the states, condos selling for millions. I may know, never mind. Yeah, it's not 2020 anymore. The kids are starting to figure it out their cook. And like I said, that those kids that were, the person who was 22 and yelling at you about identity politics in 2020, they're 28 or, they're almost 30. They might, especially we know how a lot of fake lesbians are. A lot of those people who were like in their early mid-20s, 23, 24, screaming about gender identity and they, them, and, they're fucking married with kids now. You know what I'm saying? They were screaming that they, them, and they pronouns. And remember all those different pronouns there was like 500 pronouns or some shit. And they were like something, there were all these different pronouns. I can't even remember some of them. But a lot of them, they're fucking married with kids now and fucking conservative and shit. A lot of them are Melody Max. So, that's not an insect isn't a dinosaur, or a fish isn't a dinosaur. It's worse than that, listeners. They haven't figured out how fucked they are. They can't let Gen Xers and older correct that they're retarded or fucked. I'm not have a bright future ahead of me. I'm excited for it. If you doom, you lose. Get out of there with the negativity. Fair enough. Oh shit, we're getting towards the end of the comments. Tech bros are transhumanists. They're not against all that woke identity shite. Their issue doesn't go that far enough. That said, Till said publicly they want to go beyond that. Isn't Till like into some weird shit? I heard he was into some weird shit. Normacy bias is also a thing. Fair enough. Canada seems to be preserving it. Are they on the DEI tip? Retardation record? Which I always hate this DEI shit. Like this, especially like anytime a black person, it's the DEI thing. It's like, what the fuck? Like what? It's not my fault. Like I didn't do this shit. And I didn't get a DEI job. Suck my dick. The idea that every black person in every job is unqualified because of DEI, I don't like that. Still is into weird shit. I thought he was. Do what you want, yeah, but don't force me to play along with your retardation. Agreed. Melanie Mack would be more attractive if she shut the fuck up. Crawled into bed with quarter powder. That all the attractiveness went down his basement piss drain. At Val, what are you not talking about? Star Wars? Women can't fly planes. Is that a real thing? Fuck Star. I'm not talking about Star Wars. You know what? Appreciate you being here, Tree Rock. I have seen. Listen. Oh my God! Can you believe Grogu and Mandalorian is not a good movie? Who would have guessed that? Maybe me, when I told you the season 2 in 20. Listen, when did I do this video? 6 years ago? Hold on. I'm about to see when I told you that Mandalorian was done. I told you this. It's. I think that's still up. I can search. Hold on. Let me search. Let me tell you. And I was slimmer back then. How do you spell Mandalorian? Here we go. I told you in 2020, Mandalorian was done. I told you in 2020. Oh, shit, I remember this shit. I was super late to my... Shout out to Eric K was here. Let's go back in time. This is why I'm not talking about it, Tree Rock. I told you fucking 6 years ago the shit was done. Look at the old me with the old mask. Look at me in this. This is me in Charlotte.
Praising it. I said, oh my God.
The old logo and shit.
I want to be wrong. That's where I'm coming from. I don't want to be right.
StreamYard and shit.
But when it comes to The Mandalorian, when it comes to Disney Star Wars, when it comes to Disney at all, what credibility do they have? And where did they get it from? See, here's the thing. If this was the series finale of Star Wars, and this was the last thing that Star Wars had ever done, and if I just grade this episode outside of what it actually means, and actually it's worse than I even thought, given the outcry and all the love. But if this is the last thing that was going to come with Star Wars, I would be happy with this episode. I would be happy with Luke getting his moment. I love Luke getting his moment. But Boba Fett got his moment 2 episodes ago, and he already got ruined. And a lot of people don't even acknowledge that. They don't acknowledge that Boba Fett has already been ruined.
So I'm not about to go back to this, but the question I asked, where did they get the credibility from? I asked this 6 years ago. Where did Disney get their credibility from? And where did The Mandalorian get his credibility from? And it's been 6 years. There's no answer to that question. There is no credibility. I told you 6 years ago this shit was done. So no, I'm not talking about it now. I already told you the shit was done. I told you 6 years ago the shit was done. So I'm not going to talk about it now. Fuck Star Wars. Fuck Star Wars. I can't fly planes. It's crazy. Didn't bother watching the show. No, there was a typical narrative. Star Wars sus. Blah blah blah. Like I said, I said it 6 years ago. I ain't got to say it now. And I appreciate you being here, Tree Rock. By the way, don't get me wrong. Live your life. You know what? We need more positivity. I'm kind of with Richard because I'm sick of being negative. I'm sick of complaining. I'm sick of being doom and gloom. It always bugged me how one eye was vertical, one was horizontal. Yo, I don't know what I was doing with that, man. That was homemade. So, yeah, I didn't realize what was vertical. I never realized that shit. Yo, the bread is stale and the circus is gay. Find good stuff on your own. Stop giving those corporals attention. Yeah. A lot of cool shit happening on the margins, man. That's why I'm like, no, fuck. I'm not about to talk. I mean, I just kind of did, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to talk about that bullshit. And I'm sick of all these different random clout chasing ass YouTubers talking about it. I'm so sick of seeing this shit. Like, why am I seeing this on my timeline? I don't give a fuck about this movie. I don't give a fuck. If I knew this 6 years ago, y'all all knew this 6 years ago. I'm not a fucking genius. Y'all knew this 6 years ago, 7 years ago. And I have heard Andor was good. Let's say Andor was good. That may be an outlier. But y'all know 6 or 7 years ago this shit was already done. So why y'all acting surprised now? Oh, it wasn't a good movie. No shit. No shit. At a certain point, you're the troll, right? If you know something is trash, this is like picking up a piece of dog shit, smelling it, and saying this smells like shit. No shit, it does. It's actual shit. It should smell like shit. Like I'm over the YouTuber shocked face, and then you seeing baby grow. I'm so sick of seeing that thumbnail with different YouTubers. Some either shocked face, and you see Baby Yoda. Why Mandalorian sucks? Suck my dick. Why do you suck? Why aren't you better? Why aren't you better than this? Shit. So sick of these assholes. And this wasn't even the thumbnails and shit I'm seeing. That's not even the OG fandom. It's just a bunch of other fucking clout chasing dickheads who who knows it's good YouTube to talk shit about Star Wars. I'm so sick of this shit. Yeah, that's what I did. Move the fuck on. Stop giving these corpos and shell tubers attention. Exactly. And I won't add to it. I hate that I've talked this much about it. Let's watch oligarchs get booed. Let's see. Tech Bros. How do you spell commencement? Hopefully I'm spelling. Let me see if I can find it. Chance for speech. Yeah, here we go.
Last December, Time magazine selected its person of the year for.
So, man, they turned the comments off. Shout out to 40s Batman. Underrated. Critical Drinker made a movie with a Mary Sue as a main character, a piece of shit hypocrite. I didn't know he made a movie. You know what? I have an issue with criticism. I think criticism is valuable, but especially now where we're just in this hater ass generation. And then you see some of these guys like Drinker and what's his name? Ripper. When it's time to actually create, it's like, oh, you guys aren't competent either. You've taught all this shit, but when it's time to nut up and shut up, you have nothing to add. And Way has a video on Star Wars. We'll check that out in a second. I mean, listen, I don't want to totally devalue the critic. There's something valuable about critique. But it's getting overdone. It's getting overdone. It's become at a certain point. Oh, you did see Mando. Oh, yeah, you did. You said that the other day. And actually, I had said if they're actually doing pretty good if they getting, because you said the normies in your family liked it. I'll show your clip and then I'll show this clip about commencements getting an enemy I still. I don't know what Ripper is. Honestly, I haven't watched his content since I had the horizontal vertical mask. So I don't know what he is now. I don't even know that he's a writer now. Wasn't he hired? Didn't he hire everybody? I don't know I don't know what he is. But this is what. An enemy I've studied for years. An enemy I've studied. Okay. So this is a lot of tech bros getting booed, giving commencement speeches.
Last December, Time magazine selected its person of the year for 2025. And this time, it was the architects of artificial intelligence. Interesting. So today we stand on this edge of another technological transformation, one that will be larger, faster, and more consequential than what came before. It will touch every profession, every classroom.
He's got this demonic smile like this is a positive. Fuck this guy. This is the former CEO of Google, by the way.
Every hospital, every laboratory, every person, and every relationship you have. I know what many of you are feeling about that. I can hear you. If you don't care about science, that's okay, because AI is going to touch everything else as well. Whatever path you choose, AI will become part of how work is done.
I hope that's not the case. We'll find out. We can still fight this. We don't have to just take this in the ass. That's going back to Richard saying not calling these motherfuckers elite. There is a psychology about being demoralized by these assholes. And rather not, okay, yes, there's people behind them that are more powerful. Lord knows that, right? But these assholes, fuck them. You know what I mean? Fuck these oligarchs, these motherfuckers. We can fight back. And before we end the show, I'm gonna find a link with all the data center information, and we're gonna so you can find out, is there a data center coming up near me? Is there something I could do to stop it? Because we can't allow these data centers to just ruin our lives. Listen, if they're gonna fight us, we gotta at least fight back. There's no need to just take this shit lying down, just take it in the ass and just give up and just, oh man, they're just too powerful. Let's just all fail. Fuck that. This bitch can suck my dick.
Of artificial intelligence is the next industrial revolution.
By the way, the first industrial revolution went so well. If you don't know what, she's the head of Tavistock. Shout out to the Beatles. Shout out to a lot of evil shit. Tavistock is I thought they were British based, but they're basically a division of MI6 / the Mossad / CIA. They're evil as shit.
What happened? Okay, I struck a chord. May I finish?
Fuck you.
Only a few years ago.
These people can't even handle basic. These are the people that and I get it. There's people bigger than them or whatever, but these are the at least the figureheads of quote unquote elitehood, and they can't handle some fucking booze. Fuck these people.
AI was not a factor in our lives. Okay, we've got a bipolar topic here, I see. Okay, and now AI capabilities are in the palm of our hands. And oh, I love it. Passion, let's go. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, you got you said there's no booing. You gotta let me play the whole clip, man. You gotta let me play the whole clip. They eventually start booing. Why are you making short stream? I'm not sure what you're asking. Real Wade. Yeah, this dumb hoe continues. I'll keep playing, but yeah, you gotta let me play the whole clip. Damn.
Okay.
Streaming rewrote the economics. Social media rewrote the discovery model. AI is rewriting production as we sit here. I know it. Deal with it. Like I said, it's a tool. Hey, like I said, you can hear me.
Yeah, I wanted them to jump this asshole. Who is he? Talking about deal with it. Big Machine Records? Isn't that like is that Taylor Swift label? Old label? Not because I think she has her own label now.
Rewrote the discovery model.
But this asshole, I wanted them to
AI
jump.
is
this is like just rush the stage and beat his ass. He's talking too much shit. And you're right, they're the managerial class. They're mid managers, but they can get their ass beat too. Matter of fact, beat their ass so the motherfuckers up top like, oh shit, they whooping on these motherfuckers. Yes, these motherfuckers deserve an ass whooping at least, if not worse.
Writing production as we sit here. I know it. Deal with it. Like I said, it's a tool. Hey, like I said, you can hear me now or you can pay me later. Hey, then do something about it, okay? It's a tool. Make it work for you.
Sorry, I was muted. That's something I agree. We need to do something about it. We need to do something about these fucking data centers. I'm actually on the other tab trying to see if I can find a data center map. I found a couple of them. There's one just called datacentermap.com, but they're trying to ask for money and shit. That's not. Let's see. No, I'm looking at the data center map, but yeah, we should do something about it. We should fucking stop it from happening. We should do the best we can to stop it from happening. And we may fail, but at least fucking fight back. At least go out on our shields. Cause fuck these guys. This prick. How doesn't he deserve? Look at this guy. You telling me this bundle of sticks doesn't deserve his ass beat? He deserves his ass beat. I don't want this. Don't let assholes like this win. Don't let this smirk. Is that it?
Support journalism.
Oh shit, you guys aren't journalists. Suck my dick. I'm more of a journalist than you assholes. But don't let these assholes win. These smug pieces of shit. Here's a data center map. It's datacentermap.com. I don't know. I don't know if this is the one I was thinking of. And sorry to Streamception. Where is it? But this has a lot of the information. This one, if I go into the Houston area, there's one in there. Where's the green? What does the green one mean? So look at these are all the ones in the Houston area. Even well outside of Houston. So you can look. Shout out to Conroe in the Woodlands. You can look. Y'all, I know y'all all over. Rowan's in the Pittsburgh area. This is what's going on there. Again, I don't know if the green ones, and I don't know if I can find the exact site because a lot of it had action things you can do. But hey, you can look up these data centers, and you can try to find more information on them yourself. Here's another data center map. Okay, this is talking about plan. Let's see. I'm going back to Texas. It's Waco. It's Austin. This don't look nowhere near Austin. One in Galveston. Okay. So yeah, there's different data center maps. Look it up. Try to do something if you can. Whether it's learning information. Another thing you could do, using shit, even though it's an AI thing, Google your community data center. Look up the data centers around you. Maybe do some phone calls. Shit, maybe if you're on the fake book, even if I'm on this shit called Nextdoor. See if you can galvanize your community to do something about the local data centers. We can still fight this. Again, I'm not going to say, yeah, we're going to win. But I'm not going to say, yeah, we're going to lose. There's no guarantee that this AI bullshit is going to work. Because remember, they put billions of dollars in the metaverse and nobody did that shit. They're putting everything they can in AI and it's not showing that it's as profitable as what they want it to be. And we know it's massively destructive to the environment. Even if you don't care about the environment, it's massive cost as far as electricity costs for all the community. It's really tearing up a bunch of communities to provide basically nothing just so we can have fucking dancing cats and get people to not do homework. So it's not really providing shit. So we need to fight back at these data centers to the best of our ability. We still have that ability. There's no need to give up. There's no need to just be cucks. We're not quartering. We're not the quartering. We don't have to be cucks. We can fight back. If we lose, we lose. But we can fight back. And if we win, we get rid of this fucking we push the tech oligarchy back another day. They may come back, the villain may come back another day, but we win for this fucking episode. Let's at least get the tech oligarchy deserves more smoke. If they're gonna take over the world, they need to take that shit. You know what I mean? They need to earn it. We need to give them way more smoke than we give it. And part of that's why I'm like, you know what? We can't just keep calling these people elites. We can't keep letting the psychology of these pieces of shit are powerful. We're weak. We can't do anything. We gotta lose that psychology. We gotta lose that psychology because we can do something. We can do something. So let me read the rest of you guys' comments, and I'm probably gonna get out of here. I know I'm behind. She about to hit these Xannies and wine hard. Yeah, she wasn't handling it. No booze for the first one. There was some reaction. For $250,000 each, I just scored the Pittsburgh data centers these baguettes will build. All right, I got you. I ain't got $250K, but we can raise it. Good luck protecting them from the hordes. They'll have to drone everyone. I do think, if you guys remember the Winter Soldier, that was actually the whole point of them drones. They had a list of people, and they were going to drone strike them. It would be nice to stop that. It'd be nice to get ahead of that. And I'm sure there's still going to be some black book data centers, but we can slow them down. Do use AI, but not for creating. I'm not trying to bash you if you use some AI for stuff. I mean, I've talked to the AI on this channel. It's just not my thing. I'm not trying to bash you. He looks like he sucks pole and swallows. He sounds fabulous. He makes dookie babies. Yeah, he looks like a bundle of sticks, I'll say. I meant, why are you almost done? Yeah. For this stream? Well, I started earlier. I started at around 10. So we've gone a couple hours. Yeah, whooping. Some of these people got to go, if we're being honest. But I'm not trying to encourage Luigiism. Even if I think it is a viable option, I don't want to encourage it because I don't want somebody that... Y'all seen how Cotton was acting. Cotton was ready to go. If I would have said, you know what, Cotton, do it, he might have did it. Kill them all, Cotton, like fucking Metallica. Kill them all. He might end up on the news. So I don't want to encourage nobody to do shit. You know what I'm saying? But these motherfuckers are shit. A lot of them do have to go, but it's not my job. I'm not a real vigilante. I'm not about to really take these motherfuckers out like the Punisher. But I'm not about to I'm not encouraging anything. But I can at least encourage an ass whooping because it's like, oh, you just get your ass beat. That, at least you're still alive, you piece of shit. You probably don't deserve to live because y'all attacking us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the ones who creating these fucking demonic, all these demonic situations. Y'all done create all this inflation. Y'all done did all this shit, and now y'all got data centers on top of it. Now we can't even fucking drink water. You're attacking us. We're defending ourselves. Fuck you. But in any event, let me read some of your comments. Look at this cancer. Don't have one here yet, but I live next to a giant lake, so your chances of avoiding this is slim. Got to fight back if you can. We already paid $12 billion for the 12 data centers in the Pittsburgh area. So that's what I mean. All of our tax money, all of our resources, off to ruin our health and ruin our electricity bills. If they take all the farmland, what is anybody going to eat? It's almost like they're planning for an extinction level event to happen, or to create the famine. And that be the extinction level event. Because these are good questions. If they take all the farmland, what is anybody going to eat? Shit, I already forgot about the metaverse. Yeah, they spent billions on the metaverse. Remember, people were buying homes in the metaverse because that was supposed to take over? Let's make things clear. Data centers won't win. There you go. It's not about providing us with a service. It's about containing us. You're right. They don't just tell you the truth. Fair enough. And facts. Data centers piss me off because your property tax went up went from $500 to $700 a year. That's bullshit. Taxation is theft. Fuck them. I have a feeling all this data center shit will take care of itself. I do too, but we're right on that edge of that happening about the bubble bursting. I'm trying to pop that bitch if I can. I have a feeling all this data, because the bubble looks like it's about to burst. But I don't want anything to come along to keep the bubble going. But I'm with you. I think this bubble is about to burst and it might take care of itself. But if we can fight back and stop it, If we can add any other extra smoke to it, I think we should. People will pay $100 a month for AI Pro. We'll see. Because everything doesn't work. Like, yeah, some things work, right? But the, like I said, I mentioned the metaverse. Remember VR? Now, AR looks like it might be a thing with these fucking meta glasses and shit like that, and people recording their whole lives. There are some dummies with that. But, you know, every evil plot hasn't worked. The metaverse was absolutely an evil plot. They really thought they were going to have hundreds of millions and billions of people in the metaverse. That was the plan, and that did not happen. And who's going to pay? I'm not saying there are idiots. There will be idiots who pay $100 a month for AI Pro. But also in this economy, there's going to be a lot of people saying, you know, I ain't got $100 a month. I'm not going to pay it. And here's another gimmick with the AI that's not being mentioned as much as the Chinese companies who are able to offer way cheaper services. So who are undermining the cost of a lot of the AI stuff. And listen, I'm not in China. I'm not trying to say I don't give a fuck about the data centers they build there. But I am saying it's not my fuck to give. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. I wish y'all the best out in China. Sorry your government is forsaking you. But that's not my problem, bro. So I'm just trying to keep my head above the water here before it turns brown. So I'm sorry, brother. If DeepSeek or one of these Chinese companies fucks up China even worse than it already is, just for it to win out the AI wars, but that means all these American companies stop and all their slop stops. It sucks to be you, man, my guy. But yeah, I much rather that. People, yeah, I hope that's not going to happen. But we'll see. We'll see. I remember when you said you didn't want to talk about Star Wars 10 years from now, like the YouTube channels are. And they still are. Isn't that hilarious? They're still talking about Star Wars. And, okay, maybe Andor was good. You got one good show out of how many fucking projects? What did you have? You had an Ahsoka show. You had Obi-Wan show. You had The Acolyte. You had another season of Mandalorian, because they had 3 seasons. Then you had the Boba Fett season. At what point did you think this shit was terrible? At what point are you going to acknowledge, hey, you know what? This is garbage. And then you had 3 shitty sequels on top of this. When do you grow up? When do you say, this is over? I'm not going to watch this anymore as a human. At a certain point, you wonder why they call you grifter. That's why you call you grifter. Because it's obvious this material is fucking god-awful slop. They're giving you year after year after year of god-awful slop to the point where the actual fans don't even want to acknowledge it. I just went to a convention. I didn't see one Grogu or Mandalorian or even a new age cosplay. There wasn't no Kylo Rens. I saw Chewbacca. The only new age cosplay, and it was done as a joke, is somebody was dressed as Han Solo with the lightsaber stuck in his chest as a joke. That's the only new age cosplay, and it was still an original movie character. But they... His brother, he was an older brother, but he had the fucking lightsaber stuck in his chest. But the Han Solo outfit, I thought that shit was hilarious. So that was the only new age cosplay I saw at Comics Palooza. Nobody cares about the actual fans, the diehard fans don't care about this new shit. So why do you? Why do you? I'll tell you why. Because this bitch ass algorithm is gonna push the shit. If you make a video right now about Mandalorian, you would get views. I know Fizz, shout out to Fizz. Hopefully that video, Team Fortress, got over 100 views. You want to try to get under 100 views? Make a video about Mandalorian and Grogu right now. If you can get a video up by the end of this week about Mandalorian and Grogu, I don't know, you just make it up. You can just talk about how stupid it is. Talk about whatever. That's any other content creators in the chat. If you want to get a bunch of views this week, talk about Mandalorian and Grogu, because the algorithm will push it. But I'm not talking about this bullshit. Fuck that shit. Fuck Star Wars. Fuck Disney. I'm beyond done. And anybody who's still talking about this shit, expecting, you think Disney's gonna change? Disney, you talking about the company that was cooking their books when they were good? Fuck Disney. Are we serious? These fucking grifters. Tax dollars only cover so much. Just hundreds of billions in private equity. That's true. Complaining a fake inflated maker. 1/3 of the reasons I unfollow one of these quote unquote pop culture channels. Yeah, repeat. Yeah, Cotton's still alive. You're still alive. I was talking about you becoming having a manifesto and becoming a shooter. Don't do that. Don't get me started on 6G. And Trump just signed something to fast track that nightmare. Oh Lord. They're making living off of it. No need to change up. Business is good. Yeah, like I just said, if you're a content creator in the chat or you want to become one, you want to get a bunch of views, talk about Mandalorian and Grogu. China is $51 trillion in debt. They're not bailing anything out. Oh fuck. They don't have it to bail out. They just let the U.S. banks access their market. I see. Fuck. The bubble might burst. China might fund it to continue. Yeah, I didn't know they were like that. I see that CDBCs, digital currency, links every market. CDBCs is something I'm very afraid of, and I don't know how to fight that. If I did, I'll be just as high. Data centers is easier to fight than the CDBCs because they're doing everything they can to put CDBCs into existence. And for those who don't know, CBDCs, if I can pronounce it correctly, central bank digital currencies. Think of them as a form of crypto owned by the central banks and the government. Well, the central banks are the government. China wants to keep it going, I think. I wonder how much China's willing to pay out to buy up data centers. That's a good question. List, you said I haven't hardly watched any Star Wars shit. Nor has anyone. Because there's nothing worth watching. And listen, if you did go see Grogu and Mandalorian and you enjoyed it, that's fine. I'm not even knocking the product at this point. I am saying the level of quality we got from Star Wars we're never going to get again. It's over. It's fine that it's over. Things end. I'm cool with it being over. I'm cool with just saying, really, Star Wars is only the first 3 movies. But even if you like other stuff, other material, games and stuff, there's cool stuff in the Star Wars lore. Like that stuff. But this idea that nobody expected Grogu and Mandalorian to be this great movie. And listen, I didn't see it. I might enjoy it. Because I enjoyed the first couple seasons of Mandalorian. I just knew what time it was. That's why I showed y'all that 6-year-old video of me. Well, not quite 6 years, because that was December of that year. But you know what I mean? 5.5-year-old video of me. It's a video from 2020 of me telling you that Star Wars was done then. And that Star Wars had no, at least in my exact words, what I said, there's no more credibility with Star Wars. I told you that 6 years ago. So if I knew that 6 years ago, so did everybody else. I wasn't the only one. I'm not that smart. But the fakery, the fakery of all these fucking content creators, you know, with their shock-faced thumbnails, still talking about this shit and expecting a different, or acting as if they expect a different result, because they don't expect a different result. They expect failure. It's so disingenuous. It's so fucking disingenuous. Last thing I saw was a Derp Wars commercial, and I wasn't impressed. Lol. I got the view of Mando, and Fortnite is killing right now. Fair enough. Dirt Wars positive gets boosted. Dirt Wars negative gets throttled. # Mando. Hey, if you liked it, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Watch it 10 times. Look at the view count. I will. Don't play. And I made the link 3 days ago. 30 views. Okay. And listen, you want to play Fortnite with Mandalorian and Grogu? Enjoy it. Have fun. Listen, I hope people do like it. I'm just sick of these content creators getting what they expect and then acting shocked. I don't think we can stop digital ID. I'm not sure. We could probably stop the mark of the beast, the RFID chips being placed in us, but that's gonna be tough. When is the U.S. going to enter the CDBC market? If I'm correct, a lot of legislation has already been, a lot of that groundwork has already been done. So when is it going to happen? I'm not sure. And Fizz has a link to his latest video. Did you get over 100? Where you at, Fizz? Sorry. Yeah, you got over 100. Thank you for getting Fizz over 100. If you guys did, I hope you can get to hundreds, more to over 1,000. Fizz. Hey, like I said, if you want to make some more money, or not maybe money because it's YouTube, you don't make money. But if you want to get some more views, make a video about Mando and Grogu, because there's money to be made there. U.S. is FUT. China runs the U.S. CDBC system out of Switzerland. CDBCs are going to be tough because once they can literally program your fucking money and say, oh, nope, you don't, and then they're going to link it into the carbon credits. Oh, you've bought enough meat, pause, for your carbon credits. You can't buy any more meat, pause. You can't buy, you know what I mean? You can't buy any more gas. You've used too much energy. You can't do this. Once they start restricting people on what they can buy, what they can't buy. Oh, you said this on the internet. I just, something like the rant I just gave about these CEOs being pieces of shit. You said the wrong thing. So now you lose 100 CDBC credits or CBDC credits. Shit, you hear the shit Cotton saying, oh, you said the wrong thing about the wrong group. You can't spend your money. Once we get to that point, that's when shit is gonna get crazy. That's when it's gonna get real. Yeah, I'm cool with it being over. We had a good run with Star Wars. It's over. I'm over it. Go to this link. What's going on here? Oh, I didn't know you had a Rumble. You doing okay on Rumble? Shout out to Rumble. I don't know if I even have Rumble. My shit might still be getting uploaded there. Vig. I watched it, so you don't have to watch. Oh, I thought you were. People don't give a shit about Mando. People are rubbing their clits over Grogu. You're right. Listeners goes ill. But you're right. Anytime they market anything Star Wars, they put that fucking little baby Yoda. No one gives a shit about Pedro Pascal or Mando. They want that little green bastard. You're not wrong. He's the only thing they got that can market to people. And you know what's weird? I found weird, I will say, about the whole Mandalorian thing. So he doesn't ever take off his helmet, but the few times his helmets come off, like instead of having like a crazy beard, he has like a perfectly trimmed mustache. That makes no fucking sense. Yeah, it is all about Baby Yoda. Squeal, Baby Yoda, yeah. But yeah, on Disney, Star Wars is not compelling. It's not. They don't really need RFID chips if they make it so you can't function in society without your phone. That's true. That's why I avoid the Jew hate, the CBDC penalties. Yeah, they're gonna get you, Cotton. They're gonna take away all your credits. They're gonna fuck up your social credit score, Cotton. The Disney adults love them some Grogu. They love that fucking green bastard. I mean, I even have a fucking Funko Pop with this motherfucker. I'm not even gonna lie. And boy, speaking of Funko Pops at that fucking convention, all those Funko Pop stores. I think Funko Pop has slightly fallen off. The trend part is falling off. There's still something cool to be had, but this idea that, people were going into the Funko Pop space, they were looking at it like people are now looking at that Pokemon space, which that's crazy. But they thought it was a money-making endeavor. I don't think it is anymore. The Disney adult, that's a subject I've been meaning to talk about. Maybe we'll talk about tomorrow because I am getting tired. We hit the 3-hour mark. We got close. 2 hours and 40 some odd minutes. I'll try to be back a little earlier than 10. We'll see what we could do. But I appreciate all you guys. This guys and gals. We got up to 10 people, 12 people watching. Hopefully we can get more people watching. My fucking washing machine is screaming at me to get the shit out the washing machine and put it in the dryer, so I gotta do that. Imagine Wood going to his local dispensary, getting rejected for online anti-Jew hate speech. It might happen one day. No, you can't get any weed. You've been too mean to the Jews. And listen, I love MJF. I love Alchemist. I'm not anti-Semitic. I know that made it sound worse, but I do love both of those. Yeah, I love MJF. I didn't think he should have beat Darby. I thought Darby should have held the belt longer. But I do love MJF. And I do love Alchemist. And shit, I need to get back to producing. Speaking of Alchemist, if you like Alchemist, listen to Potency. It's very Alchemist inspired. That's my new EP. It will be on the DSP platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music tomorrow. And actually, it might already be up because it's after midnight. I'm not sure when they actually upload those things. It's already up on this page as one whole project. It's only 13 minutes. It's a short project, 5 songs. And I'll be uploading the songs or uploading each individual song today. And then I'll be back streaming tonight, Tuesday night. So if you like hip-hop, you like a soulful sample-based hip-hop, that's what I did on this project. And if you let's say, I don't like hip-hop, but you happen to like synth-pop and synthwave, I already have a synthwave project. That project's called Borrowing Nostalgia That Doesn't Exist. I know a lot of the people know, but we had a few extra people, and they may not know. I gotta. That's the whole point of promotion. Some of my best friends are Jews. There you go. I'm glad you understand, Sentient. In any event, all jokes aside, we love everybody. We don't hate any group. We think everybody's fucking retarded. So it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged, please share and subscribe because that's important. And even if you did none of these things and all you did was watch, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night. God bless. VW Casual 200 tomorrow, ? Hopefully we get the 200th episode. I'll be promoting my music a lot more. And anybody else wants to show up, we'll show up. And we might talk about the Disney adults because I think that's a weird thing. That's a weird phenomenon. So, all right. Love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.